Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And happy Labor Day weekend. Don't forget, there are unions out here who changed your way of life, like not working on weekends, holiday days off, no child labor. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's just some of those union workers that happened. The union rules that changed your life for employment. People had to fight for it, and people had to die for it. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Once again, welcome. Tonight, we're talking about the Financial Freedom Playbook 2024 through 2027. Where does it start? It starts right below in the description box here on YouTube, on the podcast pages. Right below, you will get certain things, such as one of the playbooks, credit. You're going to need credit. Why? Because let's get real. 70% of the population in the United States are living paycheck to paycheck. That means you are cash poor. That means you are not wealthy. That means you will have to ask for some sort of loan, some sort of credit to get what you're going to need to build wealth. So you might as well get started with Smart Credit, one of the best softwares that can help you out to improve your credit score. And more than that, what's the latest thing? Identity fraud, identity theft. It can help with that. Everybody that's in your household at the same address, just because you're signed up, they're signed up for that as well. That is pretty major. You want to know your hiring index, your insurance index, your FICA score for when you want to go and buy an automobile, liability, but nonetheless, those are the type of things you need to know about. Smart Credit, the link is down below. And if you want to build some credit, then use the National. National Credit is also down below, where you can get another trade line, credit line, that will help you out if your credit needs some sort of improvement. That's just for starters. We have so much more to talk about this evening. And let's see who's in the house, because every now and then, you know, there are people here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And here's another thing that I actually put up there. Check the chat room. Why? Because our own Professor Rontival has beachfrontjava.com. Beachfrontjava.com. Go over if you love coffee, tea, premium blend coffee and tea, and so many different varieties, about 20 just in coffee. Free shipping in the United States, but you need that USA promo code, SSN Lifestyle. All one word, all capital letters. Everybody that can see me, if you're seeing me, everybody on Instagram as well. Make sure you guys get some coffee. She has as well. The States. That's as simple as it can get. Go show some love, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Laverne Penix has shown some love on this Labor Day weekend, and he's in the house. He's also known in the YouTube street here as Mr. Cool. Thank you so much for being here once again with that icon next to your name. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received the notification and watched the video. Thank you for that. And again, Laverne Penix in this YouTube street is known as Mr. Cool. An investor extraordinaire is here. So if you have any questions, our chat room is always open and you know it's free. You know, if you need any help, ask the questions. We have people here with so many different skills and so many different ways of thinking. We can come up with solutions possibly for you. That is one of the things that I love about the SSN Nation. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Laverne Penix. Victor Marrero is in the house. The retired Victor Marrero, that I might add, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate, which, if you're new here, that means he's a member of the channel, just like Laverne Penix. And he's an investor extraordinaire. He's just now retired, about to be Mr. Worldwide here shortly with his own YouTube channel that we're anxiously awaiting so we can all go and subscribe before he drops his first video. One of these days, he'll let us know what name he came up with. But once again, he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we do. We prepare you for the future. Again, if you weren't here in 2018 when I said the middle class is going to be wiped out in 5 years, here it is 5 years later. Middle class wiped out, 70% living paycheck to paycheck. Now I'm telling you the next warning. The upper middle class, you make 150,000, you make 125,000, you make 175,000. You aren't even safe. You're going to be wiped out over the next 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I'm the bearer of bad news, but it's going down. So you better make sure you have some assets that pay you, like Victor Marrero, like Laverne Penix. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. All this liability buying, you need to stop it ASAP. Everything that you have with debt, you got to try and get this paid down, because otherwise you're about to get under a tsunami, because home prices are going to go up. Everybody wants to live in their own home, right? That's one of the things. All the prices you know now are going to increase. And you're going to say, why? Do you guys know why? It's very simple. If I'm living paycheck to paycheck and 70% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck, that means people are cutting back on buying because they can't afford it. So what, as a capitalist system, what as a business owner must you do? If instead of you selling 100 units every month, all of a sudden it drops to 60 units per month, well, that means I have to increase my price in order to keep the same or near same profits for the 60 buyers, just like an insurance company. If an insurance company has thousands of people that have insurance, and then all of a sudden it drops down to 600 people, who has to cover the insurance costs? These 600 people. So your insurance premiums have to go up, which is what's happening right now. This is why you're going to be wiped out, upper middle class, because you're the ones that have the last remaining amount of money and funds. So once again, welcome everybody to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And here's Leeson Martinez. Another investor is upon us in the house. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, live from Capcana, Juanillo Hills. I remember this time. That's where he owns at, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday is his tagline, SSN Nation. Let's go, let's grow. And you know what this reminds me of? I got so excited that Victor Marrero was retired, I forgot his tagline. Hello, all. Let's do this. And that's what we do every Monday. If you don't have your pen, pad, and paper ready, shame on you. Go get it. Go get it. Because you never know when some gems are going to be dropped. You know what I went to go see today? I went to CNBC. Did you know some of the top, they named three of the top dividend stocks this year? Did you? I could not believe what I was looking at. I saw ET, the one we've been talking about. ET, Energy Transfer, was on their list as one of the top 3 stocks. They called it 8% return on your money. Exactly. Dividend. And 8% by getting a dividend. Every month, every 3 months, dividend. I love it. Then they said EPR. Okay, great. But I go, why EPR? When you could have just said JEPY or JEPQ. That's the JP Morgan funds, and get 9.5 to 10.5%. Why are you messing around with something under 8%. And then they had the nerve to say Walmart. I was like, are these guys smoking crack? No, they're not smoking crack. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure ordinary citizens, that's you, OCs, they want you to buy these 1%, 5% dividend funds. What the hell is going on? That's because they know the suckers in the room. They don't know people know about SSN Nation Money Making Monday live streams. So where do we tell you to go? We say, hey, real estate investment trust. Those sound good. I just told you about JP Morgan. They sound good. What else does sound good? ET that we've been talking about for months, year. Sounds good. They admit it, but now they want people to get Walmart dividends. 1%, seriously? 83 cents a year? Seriously? Come on now. This is crazy. So what do? We tell people to go to Yield Max ETFs. Why Yield Max ETFs? Well, high risk, high rewards. Do you want 25% return, 15% return? How about 35% returns? Dividend distributions of 35%. Dividend distribution of 40 or 50%. You're going to have to go look at it yourself. YieldMaxETFs.com. The reason why I can't go there, and in fact, YieldMax ETFs, for everybody that's not familiar, YieldMax ETFs have done something that's incredible. But first, let me repeat. Happy Monday, SSN Nation from Lisa Martinez. Let's go. Let's grow. I like it. I like it. Here we go. Here we go. Victor Morero saying, enjoying my first Labor Day as an official retiree, ready for launch around the world. That's what I'm talking about, my man. I'm very happy for you, and I'm here for it. All right. Joe Nay, another investor extraordinaire, is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline, good evening, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well on this Labor Day Money Making Monday. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for that, Joe Nay, and very happy to see you once again. And Joe Nay says, at Victor Morero, here we go. Somebody has something to say. Valiant Thor, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says unrealized capital gains tax going to destroy everyone. Valiant Thor, this is why you need to be in the SSN Nation. This is the no spin zone. This is the no guru zone. You don't have to buy any courses here. So we tell you the truth because we want you to win. They want you to believe what you're saying right now, but you need to do a little bit more research. Capital gains already exist. So let me explain. You invest in our dividend funds. You invest in stock market. You decide that you put in $1,000 and your shares went boom like NVIDIA. And all of a sudden that $1,000 is, let's just say, $10,000. Let's just say it was under a year. And you said, oh, let me withdraw that $10,000. I'll take that. Well, in America, forever, you're going to have to pay 25% of the $9,000 as tax, capital gains tax. But if you would have just waited 1 year and a day, you would have only had to pay 15% tax. Big difference, 10% difference. All I'm saying. Now, the unrealized capital gains that you are probably referring to is the one, get this, the one that only less than 30,000 people on the planet would have to pay an additional tax on. And unless you are making or have $100 million of a capital gains in stocks, in real estate, it ain't applying to you. So you already paying capital gains. Has that destroyed anything? And by the way, just so we have everything in context, you guys can all do your own research. You can go see what corporations used to pay tax-wise in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Guess what? It's 3 times more than what it is now. That's corporation taxes that the corporations get to pay around 23, 21%. It used to be 70. Why did the middle class grow in 50s, 60s, and 70s? Because the wealthy and corporations paid their fair shares. There was no such thing as, we're just going to give you tax cuts. So then you and me and the ordinary citizens pay their fair share of taxes, and we build stadiums for billionaires because, all I'm saying is you don't have to worry about any unrealized capital gains. You're already paying them, man, as an individual. If you have $100 million in tax or more, $100 million in stocks, $100 million in real estate, and it's capital gains, then you're going to be paying 40% or 46%. I'm down with it. Will Congress pass it? Doubtful, because they're bribed. They're not going to pass no law like this. Are you serious? We can only hope. I wish. That'd be awesome. Because, I got to play something for you. But thank you so much, Valiant Thor, for bringing that up. We know what's going on in this household. All right, Victor Morrell looking at investing a nice chunk in the round hill ETFs. Oh, my. He done busted out some new ones. I love round hill ETFs. XDTE, QDTE, both paying dividends every Friday. Weekly compounding will be very powerful. I like round hill ETFs. I've never even talked about them because why? Most people want to stick with the easier stuff, but Victor Morrell has it down every Friday. But again, anything that gives you a nice return is, I always say, nice risk, high rewards. It's that simple. All right, let's go. Let's go. Joe Nay, Victor Morrell, I sincerely hope your trip around the world is safe, enjoying, and wonderful. I had that chance to visit almost every country on this great earth. The experience is unimaginable. Joe Nay, exactly. Once you leave the US of A, you get two things on your mind. One is, I can't wait to get back to the USA. Two is, damn, the USA can do some improvements. That's what I get back from it when I leave. I'm like, damn, we could do some improvements, but damn, I love staying in the US of A. I got to say, it's a love-hate relationship that way. All right, Valiant Thor, watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory over in Cali. Isotope production facility. That is the one that's in Cali, right? Down by the freeway goes right by. Yeah, I like it, man. Very smart man, Valiant Thor. And Valiant Thor, I'm very happy that you are astute and understand capital gains you're going to have to pay, and that means you are investing as well. That's a good sign. And I know you're investing because you have the actual extra income to do it. So make sure you do it, man. YieldMaxETFs.com. Please, please, please go check it out. The reason why I can't go to their website is because every time I start talking about YieldMax ETFs, all of a sudden, our live streams start getting shut down. Yeah, it's a thing, man. There's some sort of government oversight. But nonetheless, ordinary citizens getting 40, 50, 60% returns on their money. Can you imagine? People like you, Valiant Thor, who could afford to put, I shouldn't say it, but I will, who could afford to put $30,000 to $50,000 in sometimes annually, and who have a 401k, and who can have an accountant and somebody, well, do you really need an accountant if Schwab or Ameritrade Schwab allows you to do your own solo 401k? But nevertheless, we won't get into none of that. Well, why not? This is Money Making Monday live stream. You can have your own 401k, and some of you are business owners right now, and you should have your company have a company 401k. You be an employee. Now you can add more money into your 401k, your company 401k, and then you can write in your articles that you're going to match 5%, 10%. Now you can even put more money in overall. Okay. Just because Valiant Thor, he said the Los Alamos Center, the isotope division, I got a little hyped. But I had to talk to the man because I know he makes money. And there's a lot of you watching right now who makes money. But you guys are still listening to the guys who you work for saying, hey, put it in our 401k. Aren't you happy you got 9% this year? Aren't you happy you got 7%? Aren't you happy you got 11%? When in fact, you could have been blowing up your stuff. That's all I'm saying. blowing up your wealth. That's what we're trying to do here. The Financial Freedom Playbook. I'm giving you some of it right now. Now you understand why they don't like letting our channel breathe. So make sure you smash that like button out there, ladies and gentlemen. And Valiant Thor, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate the like and subscribe. And by the way, Victor Marrero, I have on tap that Everest Place video. I'm going to play it. These are new condos in Orlando, in case somebody's interested in condo hotel type of rentals, which I'm not a fan of condo hotels, but nonetheless, you got to invest in real estate. You're going to have to invest in stocks, going to have to invest in real estate. The Federal Reserve is going to reduce the interest rate T-minus 14 days or less. And when they do, is it going to be 0.25 or 0.5? I think I wouldn't be shocked if it was 0.5, quite frankly. Why not cause the bull run to happen immediately? By the way, I should add a few things. NVIDIA, $50 billion in stock buyback. In fact, $57 billion stock buyback over the next couple of years. Walmart is also doing stock buybacks. Why do you think all these guys are doing stock buybacks? Don't you think their stock price is going to go up? That's the idea, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be buying their own stocks. And it's legal. All right. So thank you so much once again. I'm glad the big dogs are in the house. That's right. Anytime I see somebody from this laboratory, the big dogs are here. The big dogs are watching. So I want to thank you so much, Valiant Thor, because I got to put this on screen again. I think he's in Cali. He probably is. I can't remember the name of that little valley, but nonetheless, glad you're in the house. Okay, I will keep going. Look who else is in the house tonight. Curtis Davis is here. Mr. Financial, he's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon as a member of the channel that I appreciate. And he brings his tagline. Good evening, SSN family. He's got that big smile on his face. A lot of you don't know why. It's why ABMM. That's why. Always be making money. How can you do that when you're not at a job? Well, business, your own business. Dividend stocks keep rolling in. Real estate income keep rolling in. Multifamily income keep rolling in. Always be making money. ABMM. And not only is Curtis Davis Mr. Financial in this YouTube street, on the YouTube street, he's known as Chili Davis. That's right, CHILLY. Show some love on his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. What does he do? He gives you updates throughout the day, evening, and night. You just never know. And now that there's overnight trading on the stock exchange, get your Robinhood and Webull brokerage accounts, if you haven't already, down below in the description box, where you get free shares of stock. Robinhood will only give you one free share of stock. Webull, they have tiers. You put in $1, next thing you know, they give you 10 fractional shares. You sign up, they give you 1 or 2 shares or no shares. You put in $10 or $100, next thing you know, they gave you another 5 or 10 fractional shares or full shares. They have all kind of promotions, but please use the links down below in the description box. Robinhood or Webull, if you don't know about them yet, please sign up now. You might as well get your free shares of stock at least. That's the least you can do. And Curtis Davis, go show some love at his site, Mr. Financial, Chili Davis with 2 L's, CHILLY Davis. Thank you so much once again for being in the house. All right, Jonay, I'm not a stock guru like some of you are, none of us, but I know how to investigate, research, and ask questions. I pay attention. GRIP, GRYP, okay, they're a Bitcoin mining company. All right, if you want to get into crypto, like I say, I'm down, no problem. You know what I like? Bitcoin and Ethereum only. Forget all the other pseudo stuff. Just buy this stuff straight out. But everybody has their own investment strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's zero wrong with that. Victor Marrero at Valiant Thor, I could not agree more. Texas, taxes on unrealized capital gain will make many of us in this group poor. That's a crazy idea. Victor Marrero, again, we already pay capital gains. Unrealized capital gains that's been talked about only happens if you control $100 million. So that means you have to have $100 million in stock, $100 million in real estate or commercial property. You got to have $100 million in order to be taxed on unrealized capital gains. So, but look, it's not a law, and Congress is not going to pass that. I don't care who's in the House. All these guys in the House and Senate, the House does the appropriation for the taxes anyhow. So it's not going to pass because all these guys are millionaires. And some of them, they're billionaire buddies who pay them, bribe them. They're going to be like, dude, on $100 million, and you make 150 million, you got to give up 40 million. If that passed, 46 million. So if they're going to pay the senators, they're going to bribe them 5 million here, 3 million there, 2 million there. And it's not going to pass anyhow because all the guys in Congress are basically millionaires. Not 100 million millionaire like that, but all I'm saying is they're friends. They're not going to, that ain't going to happen. It's good to talk about. I want to see it. I want to see it because there's only less than 30,000 people that have $100 million worth of assets. These guys, we're paying these guys, they own corporations, they own companies. They get tax cuts and tax breaks that we're paying for, and you guys don't care. If you guys care about that, then I would be on the other side of with you going, well, we shouldn't have unrealized capital gains tax. I'm sitting here how you guys are still good with giving corporations that have made record profits in the billions, and you're still good with giving them subsidies. I'm still trying to figure out how you're still good with giving them tax cuts and tax breaks for moving their headquarters to Texas or Washington, D.C. or Seattle. And you're going, oh, yeah, they're going to build $150 million headquarters. And oh, by the way, taxpayers, thank you very much. Thank you. We get subsidies in the billions. We get tax cuts where we don't have to pay no taxes for the next 10 years. And you guys are all like, yeah, let me eat this all up. I'm going to use all my hard-working money to pay their share. That's what you're doing. That's ridiculous. And this is why we have a crumbling infrastructure. This is why we have a situation with employees not getting paid what they should. And this is Labor Day. And do you guys know, since 1978, CEO pay went up over 1,400%. The wages of the American citizens plus 18%. Sorry, 1,480% increase for CEO. What do we get? Plus 18%. This is the difference between the CEO pay, which went like this, and employee pay that went like that. This is because you guys are like, oh, yeah, it's all good. They're going to give us extra jobs. Come on, man. You guys got to wake up out here now. This is why I started the channel. This is why the channel doesn't get much pub. But this is the point. You guys are still out here sleeping like it's, I don't know what year you think this is. You guys are all good. You're all good. In fact, I'm going to be putting something out. Since this is Labor Day, it's all appropriate. We talk about labor. All right, Joe Nay, they leave no carbon footprint. The future, clean, clean, clean. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Vanessa Comagate, the seamless genius, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she has the icon. How do I know? Because I can see she has re-signed up as a member of the channel. So thank you so much for being here and a member of the channel. Hey, Boss and SSN fam, enjoying time off. Well, it's Labor Day. It's good for you to have time off. Mr. Victor Marrero, Seamless Genius, Joe Nay, and the rest, Laverne Penix. Come on, guys. Guys could go around anytime they want to. So Labor Day is one of those days, another holiday for the plebes. Oh, okay. I get excited on Labor Day. You have to understand. I used to work for people a long time ago, but I used to work for people. And you know what it's like. I know you guys are out here working your behinds off. And you sit there and you're watching people who are unqualified, can't do the same work as you, and they're getting moved up. You're like, how is this happening? You're sitting there clearly the better worker, the person who doesn't miss work, the person who shows up on time, the person who goes extra when they say anybody want to volunteer and help us do something, but yet somebody else gets moved above you. Now, don't look at me like I'm crazy, because I know good and well you know what time it is. Nothing's changed over the last 30 years. Let's get real. You know there's always little pets, little favorites, little exceptions to the rule for somebody. Come on now. This is Labor Day up here. We got to talk for the real. Let's go. This is why you have to be your own boss a lot of the times these days. Because your boss is just going to pay you according to the scale, according to, well, wait a minute, we can fire him. He gets paid $100,000. Somebody else, oh, they don't know no better. We'll charge them $50,000. We'll give them $50,000 a year because they're new. They'll take it. They're only 24 years old. And out you go. And you guys think this is all cool. All right, that's fine. But guess what's going to happen? AI is coming out. There's going to be less jobs available. Robotics is getting better. Less jobs available. And now NVIDIA and a whole bunch of other companies are coming out with chips that are going to be able to do some massive stuff. Jobs are going to be replaced. Not the ones at Los Alamos, though. But jobs are going to be replaced. All right? So therefore, you better start coming up with ways to make additional streams of revenue. The easiest way is to do what the rich guys are doing, buy real estate. Multifamily properties. That's what the rich guys are doing. Corporations are doing it. That's what they're doing because it's easy. They don't have anything to do. Somebody else is building it. No employees. So why are all these rich companies and rich people buying real estate? No employees. Nothing else to do other than pay for it in pre-construction. Once it's built, then charge people damn near twice as much. 2 to 3 or 4 years later. And the bigger, the better. So what happens? New York, Miami, you buy something for $1 million. 2 years after it's built, it's 2.5. You made yourself 1.5 million. Okay, pay your freaking capital gains tax. Who cares? 150,000, 200,000 after I made another 1.5 mil? I think I'll give up to 200,000. Plus I have an exemption of 150 to 250,000 anyhow, because it's real estate. So once again, the rich guys have all kind of loopholes. You don't. That's what we're talking about here today. Labor Day, ladies and gentlemen. Labor Day. And I forgot it was Labor Day, even though the wife reminded me. You know what she says? She says, today's a holiday. It's Labor Day. You're still doing the live stream? I was looking at her like, what day you go to work? What the hell is she talking about here? She can work any day, anytime, any week, whenever she wants to. What is she talking about Labor Day? I'm like, no, show must go on. And actually, now that I'm hyped about this, the show must go on even more because it is Labor Day. And this is why we have to have this discussion today. Financial Freedom Playbook, must-dos, money, money, money. Why? I'll start it again. Vanessa Comagate says, Curtis Davis, hey, Chili Davis, I'll start it again. Because the Federal Reserve's about to reduce the interest rate for their federal funds rate. That means people are going to refinance their homes. They're going to be able to pull out a couple of 100,000 or more. Some people 500,000, 600,000. Those people will now use that money to do something. A lot of people in America buy liabilities. So that means there's going to be somewhat of a boom some way in the economy, but only for those people that are already wealthy who can do that. Most people are going to do what corporations are doing, or you should be doing what corporations are doing. If you get a loan and refinance your house, you should be putting it into an asset that gives you money back. Do exactly what the rich guys are doing. No matter what happens, buy assets. Assets that pay us are better. That is the motto here. Assets that pay us. So when somebody says, I'm going to go buy a home and I'm going to live in it, that's not an asset. That doesn't pay us. But if somebody says, I'm going to go get an FHA loan and buy a duplex, a triplex, or a quadplex, now we have a commercial property that we get 3 people to pay rent for. And yes, we have to live in one of them, the units, for 1 year. But after that 1 year, we have 4 people paying us. And now we have that small loan that we're going to be paying on this property. And now we have cash flow. And we have cash flow up front the way we're nowadays anyway. So these are the type of things you need about that playbook. You can't act like a worker anymore. I used to tell people that I worked with a long time ago. Like I said, I haven't worked in, it looks like 30 plus years officially with my last W-2 from another company. So this is what I used to tell my coworkers when I tell them, hey, I'm doing this, I'm going to do that. And then one day I was like, wait a minute, why am I asking these guys? I told around to one of the dudes and I said, you know what? I just realized you're a W-2 worker. I can't be talking to you, asking you, what do you think about some ideas about being on your own and independent? All you're doing is playing it like a W-2 guy. What am I doing up in here? I got to go meet the other guys. That's when I realized I better go meet these other guys, because these guys up in here, they don't have visions. They're just happy to show up every day to work. They're not thinking they want to be the boss. They're thinking they're going to sit here for 20 years and just go do their thing. 20, 25 years. Fine. No problem with that. Make sure you're putting money into your 401k, maximizing it. Make sure you have a company match, maximizing everything. No, nothing wrong with that. That's what you should be doing. But do not do nothing. That is the 2024 through 2027 playbook. The upper middle class is about to get wiped out. And oh, by the way, if anybody's been checking some of our men, speaking of Los Alamos, speaking of Bay Area, do you guys know one of 5 cities that has an average median home price of $1 million is the Bay Area? San Francisco. There's 5 cities. 5. You know what the average income has to be? $193,000. So you think I'm wrong about the upper middle class is about to be wiped out? You have to make damn near $200,000. And you don't think that in about the next 2 years, instead of 5 cities having $1 million average price or median home price, that there's going to be about 100? There should be a boom in the real estate markets because corporations, they have every reason to buy. It's the easiest market when interest rates go low and they have an advantage over you. This is why Labor Day is important. These corporations can go to the Federal Reserve and ask them and say, hey, guys, can I get $25 million? Do you guys mind if I get a 1% interest-only loan for 10 years? How about 15? So does anybody understand that that is a huge advantage? If you could get $25 or $50 million at 1% interest only, and then turn around and said, oh, for 10 years, how many homes would you be going out buying? How many multifamily properties would you be buying? How many investments would you be making? This is an easy arbitrage. This is so easy that CNBC talking about 1% for Walmart and 7.88% for ET. All you would have to do is just take $10 million and say, let me get 8% back on $10 million every year, and we'll pay the 1%. I mean, this is crazy, plus keep all the profit. That's why the stock market's probably going to be on fire. Real estate's probably going to be on fire. You should be right there with them, ladies and gentlemen. That is the playbook. You have to stay within your parameter, the playbook, what you can afford. What can you afford? You can get a loan for a house. So be it. A house in this environment will be good to get early in the next 6 months, because after that, things are going to pop off so fast, it's going to be crazy. Then buying a business would be another nice move. That would be a great move, because if you buy a business like a Shark Tank individual, you know how much that business is making. So you're going to be very happy, right? You're not taking a risk. You're taking a smaller risk, because businesses, they're at risk every year. But all I'm saying is, if you know that the business is giving a certain return and you can invest in that and you're good with the return, then why wouldn't you? versus a startup, those are hard in itself to generate income from a startup, right? So that's higher risk. We don't want you in higher risk mode. We want you in less risk mode. Buying a home, okay, you have to live somewhere. Buying real estate properties, secondary homes or commercial, that's a good move, right? Buying stocks that are dividend related stocks is a good move. And oh, by the way, since interest rates are going to come down, we got to talk about real estate investment trusts, right? We talk about this every Monday. Every time I'm talking about this. This isn't going to change. These guys are going to be able to refinance their loans. They're going to be great over the next 3 to 4 years. And if they're already giving out 14, 15, 16% returns on dividends right now, you need to get in now. Because once the interest rates come down and they refi, then their stock price will start going up. So then your yield will start coming down if you make any new investments later. So right now, if you go look at ORC and it says 14.8% or 15% or 14.5%, anything you put in tomorrow is going to get you 14.5% annually. That's a nice chunk. You can go see ARR. They're around 13, 14% as well. You can go see PSEC, Prospect Capital. Might be at 15%. You can go see AGNC, 12.5 to 13.5%. Anything you put in now, if somebody tells you you can get 12 to 15% annual return and receive dividends every month, you should be thinking, where am I going to sign up for this? Where? You go to your stock. You go get a brokerage account. I don't care if it's an E-Trade, Ameritrade. I don't care where it is. Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, or Webull, because they do overnight trading now on Robinhood. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. When I saw what NVIDIA was doing in overnight, I was like, wait a minute, this is still counting. I couldn't believe it the other night. I was like, wait, when did they start doing overnight trading? This is crazy what's happening. And by the way, overnight trading, that's another thing. That means there's going to be other things going on in the next 24 hours or 12 hours after the markets close. So that's another interesting scenario that is now infiltrated. The reason why there's an all-time record for ordinary citizens, 58% of you out here, that's an all-time record for investing in the stock market. But that still hasn't changed anything. The top 10% of the wealthiest own a record 93% of the stock market. Even though we have more individual people buying more shares of stock, it's unbelievable. They went from 89% to 93%. Why? The same reason why $100 million, a 10% gain to them, that's $10 million. A millionaire who only has $1 million gets a 10%, he gets 100,000. It's not the same. So you can easily see why they can use 10 million to buy more shares of stock. The other guy can only use 100,000 to buy more shares of stock. Obviously, they're going to keep winning that race, but you better get in, ladies and gentlemen. And when there's less quantities or less supply of something, prices rise. Once again, the playbook is set. There's people talking recession out here. You should be clapping because if somebody says recession, you should be like, yeah, hell yeah, let's get this on. Make it happen like yesterday. Why do I say that? Because you want to be able to buy for less. You want to be able to buy real estate, stocks, commercial property. You want to be able to buy all that for less. All of it. Let's get on with the recession. Because I'm telling you right now, who does the government work for? Who does the Federal Reserve work for? It ain't you. It's the guys that have the 100 million, the guys that have the 10 million, the 30 million, the 5 billion, the 30 billion, the guys that can buy that $10 million house, $50 million house. That's the guys who the government works for. You think they care about you? You guys better get on board because The playbook is already in stone. You're about to get left behind and trounced on, and they're not coming to save you. And I won't get into other factors as well. Curtis Davis, hey, Chili Davis from Vanessa Comegate. All right, talking about JP Morgan Chase, both JEPI and JPQ are paying tomorrow. Cha-ching. Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Both up this month, 40 cents, 56 cents, respectively. True passive income, getting money while you sleep. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. Those of you who have JEPY, JEPQ, you know we're getting checks tomorrow. 56 cents per share. Gotta love it. That's about not, well, hold on. For some of us, it's 10.5%. Because, see, we bought before when it was 10.5. When JEPI was like 10.75 returns. So we're getting a higher rate of return because we bought at a lower price. All I'm saying. That's why sometimes, 9.5 to 10.5 is still good, right? Just like 17% for PSEC back from 2020, 2021. From that money invested in PSEC. Now PSEC, for everybody that wants to invest, you're around 14%. But still, 14% is hella good too, right? When you're having checks coming every month, that's good, right? So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. Get your pen, pad, and paper. Okay, I'll start it off, Victor Marrero. IWMY. I is in India, W is in world, M is in Mary, Y. SCHD. S is in Sam, C is in Charles, H is in Henry, D is in David. FEPY. F is in Frank, E is in Eric, P is in Paul, I. QQQ. All right. Now, we're lining you up with a lot of stuff. And how could I forget IEP, the Carl Icahn Group. With all of this, you got to go study, make sure it matches up with your investment style. But IEP, I don't know what that's doing, but it's insane. 20%, 25% dividend. They even cut their dividend, do all kind of crazy. It's involved in automotive, fashion, manufacturing, all kind of different businesses. And yet the stock price has dropped. That's why the dividend value is higher at 25%. IEP. I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. I mean, it's incredible. High risk, high reward stocks. And also yield max ETFs. And I was going to say, if anybody thinks the stock market is going to drop, I cannot believe what I just saw the other day when I went to yieldmaxetfs.com and I saw that they had some that you can short some of the shares. They have a fund for shorting some of these top shares. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. So if a recession starts happening, somebody can actually short. What are they doing? You have to go find out. Are they actually buying the stock? What are they doing? Something doesn't seem right. But because they do option income trading. So from the options, whether it's a put or call or whatever, they're getting some money for those. And that's what they're using. They're not out here buying the shares, I do not believe. All right. So look and see, make sure it's going with your investment portfolio. But you cannot ignore 25, 35, 45, 50, 60% return on your money, can you? Every month getting checks. If you have 1,000 shares and somebody's giving you $1.50 and those 1,000 shares cost you $1,500 and you're getting $15,000 is what those 1,000 shares cost you. And you're getting a check every month for $1,500 through 12 months. Somebody's saying 18,000. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I know. That would be crazy. Well, congratulations. Go look at yield max ETFs. You want to find out crazy. Go look at crazy because you're going to be like, is this for real? And yes, it's going to fluctuate because it's based on options trading and fees. Those are going to fluctuate every month. So maybe 1 month, but you can see the track record when you go to yield max ETFs and start doing your research. You can see 1 month it might have given you $1.50. Another month it might have been $1.20. Another month it might have been 96 cents. Another month it might have been $1.75. But the fact of the matter is, if you put in 15,000 and you got 7,500, 50% in 1 year, you would be happy. So what are we talking about here? Yes, high risk, high rewards, because the stock price may come down. So your effective rate may fluctuate. You may be $2,000 down with the stock price, but gain $2,000 more from the dividend. So keep in mind, it fluctuates, but high risk, high rewards. And that's what we have to do. The playbook is complete right now. There is nothing you need to do. The Federal Reserve is helping you out. The ordinary citizens only get helped out every 7 to 10 years. That's it. But this next time, ordinary citizens, middle class, lower income families, you're about to get screwed over like never before. Because if you don't already have a home, if you don't already own something that you can live in, you're going to have a problem, because you're not going to be able to withstand rental rates as they are now. And imagine if they went up further just by 30 or 40%. So if you don't lock something in the next 3 years that you can live in, then you're going to have a problem going forward. Things are going to cost too much because the rental market is going to be crazy. All right, let's go. Here we are. Victor Morrell says IEP is paying $1 per share and the price is currently $13.27. Not bad at all. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. It's high risk, high rewards. I don't understand why their stock price keeps tumbling. Their revenue numbers keep tumbling. Everything keeps coming down, and they're a diversified company. And Icon's getting old, but is he getting too old now? He can't make the moves like he used to make. I'm just like, this is crazy. And if it's giving you $1 per share this month, that's insane. That's really insane. Oh, I'm getting some too. That's insane, because that's insane. That means that's insane. I don't know what the hell's going on, because that means they're 25. It's 25%. Their 25% is a lot higher. I mean, that's crazy. If they're giving $1 this month, sheesh. Wow, there must be an extra payout or something. This is not, that's crazy. Awesome, crazy, but again, stock price used to be higher. So the stock price is coming down because they're bleeding money, because people can't afford to buy all these extra goods, and all that. So again, keep that in mind. Make sure you smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because it's all about money, 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 money on a Monday. Because again, I'm going to do a short thing here where, I got to do a little commercial, but unfortunately I need to get me some water. So let me do like this one here. I think will probably be good enough.
Come on, come on.
All right, JP Morgan. We're back talking about JP Morgan Chase. Bojepi are paying tomorrow. Oh, wait, I already went past this. Okay. IEP is paying $1 per share, and the price is currently $13.27. Not bad at all. IEP pays quarterly, not monthly. So that's why. Oh, I always thought they were giving me IEP was every month. I could have sworn it was monthly. But they did cut their dividends. They did change up, but I'm still a fan. So if they pay every 3 months, that would make sense. Because I was like, wait, that's more than usual. What's happening? All right. So we're good. All right. That makes a lot more sense. Whew. Because I was like, how is this? What the heck's going on? $1? That had to be a special payout. But I'm glad to hear it's only that. Pays quarterly, not monthly. So that's why. Okay. Thank you, man. All right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you share the videos because everybody out here doesn't understand. It's a straight road. You don't have to do all these crazy things. You're thinking, I got to start a business. I have to do this. No, you have ways to generate money while you're sleeping. They already exist. You don't have to do anything crazy. This is why the big boys have their money in the stock market because they don't have to work that hard. They can, once you make the money, then you can invest it. Then you can go night-night pretty much. Or you go buy real estate. I mean, that's what they do. All right. So just think about it. There's ways. You can always take high risk, high rewards, but there's sometimes you can just say, well, let me chill out for a year or 2 or 3 and I'll resell it. And yes, I'm going to have to pay capital gains of 15% or I get an exemption. Either way, it depends on which of the assets you're selling. So take your pick, but the exemptions or the low rate is worth it. 15% capital gains. Because once you're over a year, it's 15%. So you don't sell anything within 1 year. You sell it outside of 1 year. 1 year, 1 day plus. 15%. Done. Start thinking smarter. Or, like I said, you have other options. Start your own company. You have a company LLC, then go over Schwab, Fidelity. It used to be Ameritrade, not Schwab, Ameritrade, whatever. Get your business 401k lined up. Then you be an employee. So then your company can have its 401k. You can, as an employee, invest into the 401k. Then they can match. Your company can match. Just like I started this off with. So there's ways around it. You can actually put more money in. And your wife as a spouse by default gets to work with you if you have a solo 401k. So now your wife can invest into the 401k and that your company matches. So you just don't get $26,000 a year. You get more because the company match and you're the company. So you get to write it. I'm not going to tell you to put 10% match. Okay. I'm not going to say anything crazy like that. I'll say 5. I'll say 4, but we ain't going to do anything crazy for IRS red flags. All right. Just saying. All right. Because if you're married, you have an advantage. Smart. Thank you so much. That's right. So now you get the best of both worlds. And as Victor Morrell knows, tax write-offs to boot. Because we invested in our 401ks. Right? That's a tax write-off. We put money in an investment fund. I'm just saying. And then my company gets a write-off too because we're matching a little 3%, 4%, 5%. That's an expense. I'm just saying. All right? Get you on the right track. Go see your accountant if you need to. Get you on the right track, down the right path. Like I said, the most dangerous man in America. That's why we can't have anybody on here watching that long. Okay. We got other tricks up our sleeves, ladies and gentlemen. Down below, if you want to start a business, okay, fine. Use Opus Virtual Office. The links are down below in the description box. It's $99 per month. And the reason why I love them is because they answer your phone for you in your company name. They'll transfer it to whatever number you want them to transfer it to. And, or they'll just, if you say, let it run to voicemail, they'll do that. They actually have an office. So you can pick a place that has an office and a secretary. So if you actually have business, you can rent one of the rooms, the office rooms or boardroom for like $25, $30 an hour. And there's a receptionist there and your mail is there. And if you don't want the business number, which they do give you anyhow, you also have a fax number, business fax number in your name. So if people are looking for you on Google or whatever, you have a number, you have an address, commercially zoned address. All is good. Opus Virtual Office. Use the promo code YG1. That's right. YG, as in George, the number 1. That gets you the 100 admin fee off. You don't have to pay it. SSN Nation. Smart credit link to build your credit or monitor your credit with perks. Go see Smart Credit. The link is down below. Simple. Now, let's get you into something else. Let's go. What's the T on the new pre-construction in Orlando? Actually, I don't know. I can't get Everest Place. In fact, I'll play the video here shortly. Can't get Everest Place. All I could do was email. I didn't call them up. I just emailed over and said, hey, what's the prices on these condos? Because the way they're making this look, I think it's going to be something that I'm not going to like. But it's Orlando. Orlando surprises you sometimes. That's the thing. That's why I'm kind of like, would they really sell something for 700 grand? Condos for 500 or 700 grand? I can understand them selling cottages or villas, but would they really sell condos for that in Orlando? I don't think so. I think we're going to find pre-construction probably is around 300, I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe 350, maybe 400. I just can't imagine they would do something crazy and go 800 grand or 700 grand or 600 grand for condos. But again, they're not just any condos. This Everest Place is something special. There's something special, so we'll see. On the website, there's a portion where you can put your name to request information. That's it, Victor Morel. That's all I did. Exactly. That's all I could do. So that's what I did. Because none of the realtors want to give up any info. So I did the same thing that you're referring to. So hopefully on Wednesday, I'll have the info on how much these things cost. But I think it's a deal right now. Orlando's not really known, like it's not Miami. It's not like Vegas. I think they're more reasonable. I would really believe the condos might be 300 grand, 350. Seriously. Is it going to be worth it though? I have no idea. Because again, we have to study, we have to do research once we get more information, because I don't know if it's an upscale luxury brand or what it is. So Victor Morel's Margaritaville, that's like an upscale luxury brand to me, because they do have all-inclusive features. They have a water park, which they're going to have a water park too here, but they're going to have, they have shopping, water parks. They have, it's a lot of things to do. And it seems Everest Place is going to do the same thing. But it's pretty huge. So we'll see. I'm about to play a video of it so you guys can see it. Okay, it looks like 2 projects, condos and hotels. Exactly. It's weird. The reason why I say it's weird is because there is more than one condo and or hotel. So it's different. I don't even think there's another place like it in Orlando, other than Margaritaville when they expanded for the commercial zone area. But again, this one's different. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I'm going to play it right here. Let me see if I can get this video up. You guys can check this out. It's about 2 or 3 minutes. So what are we having a problem? Why are we having a problem? Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that in Orlando, a little ways from Disney. And the numbers don't lie. 200, what is it, 20 million? How many visitors to Orlando every year? Is it 20 million? Or is it 200 million? I don't know what the number is. I know it's 20 something. It's either 20 million or 200. Could it be 200 million? I don't know. It could be. They have 3 or 4 parks, not just Disney parks I'm referring to. Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, plus other stuff, conventions. It's crazy over there. In fact, let me go look. Let me go see something. I have more going on here than I thought. 200. I'm looking it up right now. I'm just curious. Let's see. Okay, so I'm wrong on both counts. It's 90 million. It's not 200 million, but it looks to be around. There was 74 million tourists traveled to Orlando in 2023. So we're talking, let's say 75 million in 2019. In 2018, it was 75 million. So they do hover around 75 million. So this could be a good investment. Okay, I see the prices. All right, where's the prices at? Interesting. Okay, I need the prices somewhere. Eric, since Everest is next to Margaritaville, I'll take pictures of the progress whenever I go to check out my place or enjoy the amenities. Thank you, man. Okay, here we go. I see the prices. Where'd you get them at? Let me know. Okay, the studio started $391. Damn. Where'd you get the prices at? Let us know. Where'd you get Everest? I didn't see it. EverestPlace.com. It's not there. Let me go look again. Let's go look again. No, I have Contact Us, Nickelodeon, and Minsk. Where did she get the prices? Okay. Well, studios, I have no idea what the situation is, but I love it. I love it. Thank you for letting us know. This would be about right. 391 condos, 300. Yeah. Okay. What about the 1 bedroom? That means the 1 bedrooms are in the 4s. That's what it must mean. I went to Universal Studios last weekend and it was packed. There are a few new rides. Yeah, Universal because that's different. That's very different. Usually it starts slowing down after August 15th. This is new information. That's great. Okay, that's Nickelodeon. Oh no. It looks like it's Nickelodeon prices. Okay. Yikes. Oh my. 672? Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. I might have dashed somebody's dreams. But the reason I dashed somebody's dreams is because they will not be charging 600 per night. They will not be charging 600 per night. I'm just going to say it like it is. That's not going to happen. There's no way. There is no freaking way. Let's just stop the BSing. Okay, now, since I have, wait, what? 840. Are you serious right now? Then you might, if you buy anything in Orlando for these prices, then you might as well go get yourself a 1 or 2 bedroom in downtown Miami for a pre-construction project. Because if you buy a studio unit in Miami for $400,000, 2 years later, when that thing is built, it's worth $700,000 to $800,000, and a 1 bedroom is going to be worth $900,000 to $1 million. This is crazy. These prices are absurd. A 2-bedroom for $845 when I can get one in Miami and Brickell? And after it's done, it's worth 1.2 million, 1.3. Are you serious right now? This is crazy. That's crazy. Damn. That's because of the name, like Margaritaville. Prices got out of control. Yes, Victor Morel, prices are getting out of control. But the problem is, and in fact, I was having a conversation about this earlier, the situation with Orlando. Somebody, because I was saying I'm doing some research with Orlando, and I said prices has to have a cap in Orlando. The reason it has a cap, in my opinion, is because the cost increase for people to go to the attractions, because that's what Orlando is. You're not going to Orlando for anything else, right? I mean, you're going to a convention or you're going to the parks. And when the parks start charging people like they're charging people now, that means something has to give. I don't think then accommodations, you're going to be able to charge people $500 per night when their family has to pay $500 a day to get in the park. I was like, that's $1,000 per day. And then I don't even know how much Universal charges these days. They used to be reasonable. I'm pretty sure they went up as well. SeaWorld, Legoland, and all that. But even if you try to tackle all of those 2 or 3 parks, including all the parks at Disney, which is another thing, you could be doing $1,000 per day by the time you finish eating. You're there a week, that's $7,000. And you flew there. This starts taxing people. And apparently 70% of the population is already living paycheck to paycheck. So where are these people going to come from outside of the US? Yeah, there's a large number. But it's not sustainable to expect to get paid. You should not be investing in any condo that's a hotel that you're going to have to spend $400,000 for. There is no way, unless I can go there right now in Orlando and get, if there's a place that charges $400 per night and it's a studio, I want to know where it is. And the other thing is this: if I buy a condo hotel, that means 50% is generally gone. 50% goes to them. So that even makes matters worse. You're going to have 200. In fact, Victor Morero's here right now. He can tell us something. Because Victor Morero has Margaritaville. He knows what the occupancy rate has been this year, roughly. It could still be like 80% or 90%. But this isn't about Margaritaville. Margaritaville's special. They have an upscale luxury platform. That's them. People are expected. They come there. It's all inclusive and things like that. They're saying, here's $400, $450, $500. Stay in a cottage. People will spend $450 to stay in a cottage, but they're not going to be spending $450 to stay in a studio or a 1-bedroom. That's not going to happen. And he bought his cottage for a total, including the furniture package, $300,000. So he's win, win, win. He has no problem. And I don't think they take 50% either. So all I'm trying to say is you have to start thinking. This is part of the equation when you invest. If they tell me, Eric, you got to spend $400,000 for a studio unit. I say, okay, in order for me to make 10% on my money, 10 to 15% on my money, I need 0.1%. That means you have to charge $400 per night. But I already know I get 50%. So that means $200 per night is all I'm going to get. That means 10 to 15 ends up being 5% to 7.5%. So why on earth would I even think about wasting time with all that when I just gave you dividend stocks that you can earn 10%, 12%, 14%, 15%, 7.8%, and it's still liquid in your brokerage account if you wanted to sell the shares. You can sell the shares right now and tomorrow withdraw the money. versus waiting for them to build something, and then a year and a half, 2.5 years later, you start making revenue. And you're not even going to make that much revenue, not at these prices, and not for them charging you 50%. That is not good. You're not going to be very happy. Even if they had a high occupancy rate, you're not going to be happy. So that is crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's see what they got to say. We got some more on this. I wish I knew where you're getting this info, but I can't. People can't leave links in the chat room. That means your units will be decorated as Nickelodeon theme. Oh my God, Victor Marrero, I'm sorry. You think they're going to be charging $600 a night for a studio? Come on now. That would be absurd. That would be crazy. And that's a studio unit. So now I mean, are they going to charge for a family unit $1,000 a night? $800 per night for the 2-bedroom? Because that's what they would have to do. I mean, this is getting outrageous. That would be outrageous. That would be crazy. Victor Marrero, hold on. If it's near your property, Victor, you will make some bucks. You're damn right he will. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Victor Marrero, the rooms look cool. Where are you getting this? I emailed you the brochure, boss. Thank you. Thank you. I want to go see this. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let me see. Can I get... Wait, I don't have a link anywhere. Uh-oh. Let's see. I don't think I... Okay, this is not good. Maybe it's in my junk mail. No. Not there either. Empty. It's weird. Maybe it's too big. Hold on a second. Let me go look at some things. I might have to do something. Have to clear up things. Try and send it to me again, please. Hold on. Maybe not. Hold on. I forgot. I got a couple of things going. No, nothing here. This is a bummer. I don't have that. Where did you get that? Just let me know. What website? You're going to have to do like, don't put in .com. Just send me to the website so I can pull it up. Yeah, I didn't get it. Support it. Stop struggling now. .com. Not here. Unfortunately. Nope. Not here. Just put in a link where I can get it from. Okay. Hey, Victor Marrero, he has all the answers. Margaritaville's right next door. How much are you guys charging people at Margaritaville right now? How much are they charging people right now? Damn, that means I can sell my Margaritaville cottage for a nice chunk. Give me 1.5 and let's call it the day. Hey, Victor Marrero, I think you are at 1.5. I know what your numbers are. Remember, we know what your numbers are. You are at, you can ask 1.5. Aren't they asking 1.5 for the new Margaritaville section for the cottages? Weren't they asking like 1 million, 1.25? So I think you're at 1.5 plus you have the revenue and you have the track record with the occupancy rate. So somebody would pay you 1.5. So what we're talking about here is his gross. Well, I don't know what his net is or his gross is. I'm just going by what he used to tell us. His gross is over 100,000 per year. All right. So if his gross is over 100,000, let's just say it's 125, 140. And then we use our 50% deduction. So let's say it's 70,000 profit wise per year. And by the way, that's 20% because he's done the wise thing. He bought his at 300,000 all furnished. So if you make $70,000, that's over 20% annually return, right? That's a win-win-win. So yeah, somebody would probably give him, based on his revenue, 70,000 a year means 700 G's. Okay. 1 mil is not out of the question. 1.5, well, I would argue against 1.5, but hey, there's also no reason to give up the cash cow, because he was one of those people that I talk about pre-construction properties. He bought it pre-construction price. So he's fortunate enough. That's what you should be considering. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. He bought it pre-construction price. So therefore he wins at the very start. So when they started charging people $400, $500 per night, he wins. But the people who had to buy cottages that were 500,000, 600,000, their ROI is totally different. So he's winning all the way. That's why it's always good to be first in these projects. So just like here, we're saying Nickelodeon, a studio for $391K. We're like, have you lost your mind? But in the future, 5 years, 6 years from now, and the norm is a studio and they can charge people $500 per night, all of a sudden that 391 is probably a good deal, especially if you can get a 90% occupancy rate. That's the difference. Margaritaville has this occupancy rate that's unheard of. It's not 50, it's not 60, it's not 70, it's not 80. It's generally above 80%, 24 nights and up per month it's rented. That's like a gold mine, because nobody bases their rentals on damn near 85 or 90% rentals. I mean, you can try. That's what a pre-construction company would do, but I would not do that. And that's what they were getting, and they still may be getting that, because he said the place was packed last month. So can you imagine getting 90%, 27 out of 30 nights a month rented, and you're getting $500 per night or $400 per night? So here you go, $400 per night times 27. Let's do some math for everybody out there. This is what we do here. We do real life situations. All right. So I'll do $450 times 90% occupancy, because if it's Nickelodeon branded, that's $12,150 gross. I divide that by 2 just to say 50%. That's $6,000. Now, what I'm going to do is, we bought it for $400,000, but they may be able to rent a studio unit for $450. I don't know. But if they are, if that's the number, then that makes it a worthwhile investment, because they're going to be over $4,500 or $4,500 per month at 90%. But can you guarantee 90%? I don't know. I'm next to Margaritaville. If they're getting 80, 90%, then you might think you're getting 80, 90%. And Nickelodeon does have their own, group of people that like them. And it's generally for kids and families too. So we will see. All right. I got something here. Let's see. Okay. I see Vanessa Comagate, Seamless Genius. I see something. Here we go. Nickelodeon. I have something. This is great. I have it. Yes, this is good. Okay, I don't think the preview is going to work. It's not. Okay, so we're about to see what she sees, and this is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. So now we can talk even further. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to talk about any investment, I have a great opinion on vacation rental properties. I've been doing this for 30 years, quite frankly. All right, so that is something that we can talk about here. Let's pray. We may be looking at the wrong thing. I sent it again. 390. Hey, I told you, I think they're going to be starting around 300,000. It was no surprise. I figured they had to start in the threes. I couldn't see them doing like 250 or lower. So it had to be 3 starting point. I just didn't think 7 or 6 or 5 was a realistic starting point. But I damn sure didn't see a 2-bedroom for $845,000 being a starting point either. I mean, this is crazy. If you Google Everest Place close to Nickelodeon hotels and resorts, okay, then scroll down to see brochure. All right, we'll check it out. Yes, I couldn't touch a new cottage now. New buyers are loaded. Majority doing cash transit. You have to. You're not going to get funding for a secondary location that's only 1 unit, and you're going, oh, I need $1 million. Everybody's going to be like, they're going to go, oh, I'll give you $250,000. Well, how many people have $250,000 sitting around? First of all, and then they can wait for the property to be built 2 years later. So generally, people who's going to pay are the people with the cash. They're going to be like, okay, 250, you spend, are they $1 million, Victor Marrero? I think they are. You're going to spend $1 million, or you give us 90% and we'll give you a 10% discount. There you go. I mean, take your pick. Yes. Majority doing cash. Also, there's no more cottages being built. So that makes mine unique. Oh, man, especially next to a minute. Exactly. That's another first phase advantage. He's walking right to the amenities is major. Like I always tell you, location matters. Little things that you don't think about just as a casual person. When you're an investor, you have to think about the advantages that you can get. There's such things as, we talked about this before. In case you're new here, you'll learn this too. When it's just like what you ordinarily take for granted. When you go look for a place, like you're going to Hawaii, it doesn't even matter. We'll use Orlando. We're going to Orlando. You see in the descriptions, you'll see interior unit, exterior view, garden view, pool view. You see all that stuff and you see price differences. So it does matter if you get a unit, does it have pool view? It does matter if you get a unit, is it close to the amenities? That all matters. Am I looking at a parking lot? Don't buy that unit, okay? It's fine, but that's not going to be a high priority unit. People are like, hey, can I see the pool from my unit, especially when they have families? Hey, can I see the fireworks at night from Disney from my unit? That's what I get people asking me at Orange Lake. And if you can say yes, you get more money. It's simple stuff like that. All right. So don't take for granted what you see. You have to make a decision. If you invest somewhere, you have to go, hey, wait a minute. You have to start thinking those upgrades. All right. Just like Victor Marrero owns a cottage. Margaritaville has hotel units too. So now when a family comes and they say, well, okay, hotel unit's not going to work. They say, but we have a cottage and it's right by the amenities. They're like, oh my God, how much is that? $550 a night? No problem. The kids can just leave. We can just walk out and the amenities are right there. The pool's right there. The Eden and cafe and all that's right there. All of a sudden, that extra $100, $150 per night, they're signing up left and right because of the convenience factor. These are the things that you have to understand when you're investing. Just don't go, hey, I'm just going to go get a cottage and then go get the one down at the end of the street and you pay the same amount. That makes no sense. So that's the idea here. All right, we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, I got the email for something, so I'm going to open that up in a minute. Both emails, again, check. I only got one. Come on, y'all. I'm the seamless genius. I find things quick. Exactly. Yes, Victor, this is going to help your rentals big time. Exactly. It's going to be 211 hotel rooms, 184 condos, 2 separate buildings. Man, well, Victor Marrero already has a Margaritaville branding. He got in first. Again, ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine? I'll just even tell you what's even crazier. He bought his pre-construction $250,000 for his cottage. This is like, damn. Is it 20 2017, 2016. I think it's around there somewhere. But anyhow, then it was like 40 some thousand for the furniture package, which, by the way, the furniture package should be coming up again because it's been 5 to 7 years. They have high occupancy rates there. But the point I'm trying to make is he spent a little under 300,000 and he gets rental rates of sometimes 500, 550, 600 per night. Incredible. And at one point, in the course of 1 or 2 years, he was getting damn near 95% occupancy rate, if not more. Some months he was saying 100% full. It was crazy. And getting like $500 per night to $600 per night rentals. Crazy. So that's why this is going to be very interesting, because he has a cottage, and if they're going to charge $400 a night for studio units, or $500 or $600 per night for 2-bedroom units at this new property that's going to be next door, oh my God. That means they get to raise their prices. They're Margaritaville. People are going to be like, oh, you're going to go over to Misk? You're going to go to Nickelodeon? Seriously? Okay. But you can stay with the Margaritaville upscale luxury place who has amenities already here. And you're going to, I mean, it's going to be crazy. I see a competitive advantage. I know we got a great deal. Awesome investment. Exactly. That's why you have to get in early. The location is great. Disney money. Yeah. Victor Marrero, what's your occupancy rate been in 2024? Or if you know, in the last few months or whatever. I don't have great occupancy rates, quite frankly. So either I don't think I'm charging too much, but it is what it is. Okay, hold on. Let's go get this up, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll put it on the page for you. Let's go. I'm curious. That's not what I'm looking for. All right, Everest space down. This. That's interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Wani, I see you on Instagram. Thank you guys for being in the house. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get down to biz, shall we? Here's Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts. This is from July, which is relatively new. Let's see. You guys see it? Yep. Everybody sees it. All right. I know the location is great. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. I wanted to see what this was. The 1-bedroom cottages started at $198K, I think. I beat myself on the wall. Why didn't I buy another one? Hey, you didn't know at the time, man, what you know now. That's how funny this is. This is why the wealthy keep getting wealthier, because they would have bought two if they could have. This is what's happening around the world, in Miami, New York, and all around where pre-constructions are. This is why people are buying more than one unit. Wow, Victor, that's cool. You at least bought one. Exactly, Victor. Stop being greedy, man. Don't be greedy. You know what you make on that unit, man. You're making, it's a gold mine. That's better than long-term rentals. That's better than buying multifamily units. Come on, man. In profits a year. I mean, come on, man. No, anybody would take that. And that profit means 8, 9 G's a month, 7 to 10 G's a month. Who would turn that down from a $300,000 all-in investment with furniture? And it's a cottage as well. That's what's even more insane. I mean, come on now. Nobody would be upset about this. All right, I have some more stuff. We'll get into this in a second. I see some other comments. Wow, Victor, that's cool. You at least bought one. Exactly. Exactly. Look who's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. James Way is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline. Hello, my people. Got notifications. Wanted to get an update on the DR investment trip. End of the year. December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, it's on. It's going to be the last one. So go to ssnlifestyle.com to go register now. Tickets, $199.99. We're still going. We're still making it happen. You know why? Because it's still investments. No matter how I feel about the DR, it's still investment opportunities, and we're going to find out some more coming to the end of this year. Some new projects are coming out. So you got to be there. We're going to talk with lawyers. We're going to talk with realtors. We're going to talk with the loan guys because of those condo hotels. We're going to have them guys come in and talk to us about that. We're going to go check out some of the areas there, whether it's Macau, whether it's going to be Vista Cana, which is built up over the last year, and a lot of other spots we're going to check out along the way. But again, remember, when you're there, there's sometimes special deals that you find out about first. All right. Need to get some assets because the rent is too damn high. You're damn right. Exactly, James Way. The rent is too damn high, so you got to get assets over the next 2 years. There's no way around it. Getting assets now is the best because the prices will rise. Somebody's going to have to eventually start asking, how can Disney and Orlando keep charging people? How can Miami keep charging more? How can New York, San Francisco, Oakland, Bay Area, LA, how can people just keep buying more and more? Because some people have assets. That's why. And they have passive income coming in. That's why. Occupancy rate has come down as the economy is slowing down. It all depends on the month, but it's hovering around 80%. It's slowing down as it used to be over 90% up until a few months ago. Okay, so this is what is happening, and it is happening because this is what's happened to me. It's happening all over, even though I have stuff in not only Orlando, but in Vegas, Hawaii, places where people go. And even I don't even have 80%. I don't have 50. I don't have 40. I don't have 30. I don't even have 20. I have places right by the Sphere, which is the latest, greatest thing there. And people are still like, I think I'm going to get 4 people in a studio unit. Or 4 people. Give me that two bedroom studio unit. Yeah, people are scrimping their money. And it's kind of interesting. So, but anyhow, okay, but he's still doing 80%. Yeah, Disney has felt a decline in sales as well. Disney should. They charge people way too much. Planning on St. Thomas trip at the same time, so I will be in the area. St. Thomas, what are you doing going to St. Thomas? The rent is too damn high. What the hell, man? It ain't like St. Thomas is cheap. All right. So next thing, James Ray's going to go, but I'm from St. Thomas. Agreed. The monthly amount can be a big number. However, keep in mind, we pay 30% management fee, club fees, HOA, utilities, on top of that, property taxes. You can save the 30% if you do it yourself. Yeah. So Victor Morero's under the 55% plan is basically what this turns out to be. But that's why I used the numbers I used. I said, okay, a gross of 120 to 140, 70, I'm about right. So I'm thinking nobody's going to bitch about 6,000, 70 grand a year when you bought it for 300,000. He's already made his money back and then some, which begs the question. Well, depends on how much they're charging for them other ones. But now you could say, well, wait a minute, maybe I can get a unit somewhere else. But that'd be high risk. Quite frankly, why not just, you're retired, you got everything set right. Why take high risk? Just let that ride out for as long as you can, stock away some of that, go on the worldwide tour, stay on the worldwide tour for the next 3-4 years, and keep that property rolling. So that works out beautiful, way I see it. Congratulations. But either way, you're at 50%, 55%. So you're still doing good. You're still going to be at 4 or 5 G's. Either way, you slice it, you're good. Okay. You're good. Agree. The monthly amount. Yep, you could, but why do it yourself? There's no reason. Also, keep in mind that if you only charge 75 to 150 a night, you can probably have close to 100% occupancy. However, we don't go that low. No need for us to do that. Exactly. Yeah, I have to do that. I have to do that. And it comes a point where it doesn't make any sense to go that low. But that's what I would have to go to at my properties because Orange Lake is not Margaritaville. Sure, 2 bedrooms, 300-400 a night. But when things slow down, you have to start going down to 200, 175 for 150 midweek and 199 on the weekend specials, so to speak. So it goes down dramatically. But yeah, Margaritaville is not going that low for a cottage. Won't happen. Okay. Grew up some years there. I got family there, so the rent is just right. Born and raised in NYC also. Well, JSYC, isn't it beautiful to have family around the world, man? Friends, family around the world always comes in great. As long as you're on good terms, all is good, right? Good karma. So the rent ain't going to be too damn high. Something told me you had to be from or had some affiliation because you know it ain't cheap on St. Thomas. Come on now. Any of the U.S. Virgin Islands. How many times you hear people talking, I'm going to the Virgin Islands? I'm like, okay, no problem. But I mean, seriously, it is a tourist area, but it's pricey. It's very pricey. It's kind of wild, in fact. All right, now let's get into this, shall we? Without further ado, we've been playing around. Let's get to it. Okay, Everest Place. They're giving me some legal notices. Okay, here we go. Nickelodeon is on site. It's on that lake, and I don't understand the lakes because we all know we ain't stepping in lakes. We're not even going around the lake over here, man. We got alligators in the water. I'm sorry. These guys, I don't know where they're from, but you know these alligators can figure out them underwater pathways to go from lake to lake. I'm not jumping in any lake in Florida. Hell, I was stupid enough to jump in the lake. I mean, not in the lake, but in a river in Florida at one time. That won't happen again. It won't happen again. All right. Just saying. Kid first and family friendly. Interesting. Well, how do you have studio units then? We'll get into that. Outdoor theater. Okay, that's cute. A little play area. Water park. What are they calling a water park? Okay, that's interesting. And then you have like a little lazy river. 184 upscale condo units, 211 hotel rooms. All right, we ain't going to beat them up too bad. There you go. Here's the layout. Okay, so Nickelodeon's in the house. This looks like it's on 429. Isn't that what it looks like? I mean, I thought this was on something else. So this is on 429, ladies and gentlemen. That's interesting. Okay. Let's go. Oh, it's on the corner. Oh, okay. I see. The entrance is going to be off the 192. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. I was wondering when they were going to build down there. Wow. Victor Marrero knows, and other people knows. James West says, yeah, damn right. Exactly. Got to have some family down there. Can't deny they have the kids hook up. If you hook up the kids, you'll get the parents. There you go. That I don't know about that Nickelodeon brand though in Orlando. They've tried the Nickelodeon over there several times. Remember, they used to have the Nickelodeon studios, and they had to eventually shut that down. It's because of the logistics, and humidity does havoc on equipment. Quite frankly, the film, it's pretty serious. There's a reason stuff was done in Southern California. So anyhow, I'll get into that another day. But let's go. Let's see here. I skipped through. Let's go. Explore branded real estate. Nickelodeon Hotel Orlando presents a unique opportunity in the Orlando market. The chance to own a branded real estate product. Okay. So you are buying into, you're doing a condo hotel. So you're going to be doing 50%. Shred prices with pre-construction, but you're saying it was $391K for a studio. Yeesh. This says Q2, Q3, 2026. So in 2 years, it'll be done. And in America, I believe it'll be done. I'm not thinking it's going to be any delays. Okay, we have people out here on the kayaks and boats on the lake. Again, I don't know about that. I don't know. The boat, yeah. Kayak, no. I'm sorry. I'm not playing around with alligators. All right, hotel, condos. Nickelodeon is a global brand. I didn't realize this. Is Nickelodeon really global? I mean, do they have like Nickelodeon hotels and resorts is actually a thing? Interesting. Okay. Partial lake view. Hotel has, wait, where's the lake view? Huh. Okay, that's the parking lot. Lake view's out back. Okay. Hey, that it doesn't matter. You got to buy a lake view unit. If you're going to buy there, that'd be smart. Resort highlights: Aqua Nick, Mickey's Pizzeria, character meet and greet, immerse, Nick themed activities, Nick Lounge, much, much more. This is incredible. Chase your dream vacation. There we go. The 2 double beds or 2 queen beds. There's your hotel unit, right? Yep. Hassle-free ownership. Welcome to a lifestyle where these are condo hotels, aren't they? Cowabunga, dudes. Studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. Oh, there they are. Lockoffs. That's why the 845. That's why the 845, because the lockoff units, those are my favorites. If you can get them, you get them. That's why it's 845, because the 2 bedroom unit, you can rent it as a studio, 1 bedroom unit, or 2 bedroom unit. So you get a more of an occupancy rate. Each condo will be equipped with standard vacation amenities, including a washer and dryer, as well as a kitchenette. What's a kitchen? No kitchen, then, is what you're saying? Microwave. So here we are. Studio condo, $391K to $443. Sleeps up to 4. Pet friendly 2. Okay, that's major in itself. That's a lot more wear and tear as well. Okay, this right here is crazy. But it's a 1 bedroom plus kids den. Like the old, interesting. Sleeps up to 8. Sofa sleeper, I'm assuming. King size bed in 1 bedroom. There's 4. Where do we get the other 4 people? Is this a bunk bed here or something? That's interesting. All right. That's a lot. This is a lot. Sleeps up to 12. Okay, this is the winner. 804. Damn. Wow. Can sleep up to 12, though. There's a market for this. This is impressive, and you're going to pay for it. Wow, $1 million. 900,000, 845. Wow, nice setup though. 1, 2, 3. That's 6. something else going on. I can't tell what these are. This is a lock off. So this is pretty good. Now I see why. 12. Wow. Oh, here we go. Garden View pricing. Wow. See, here we are. Told you. Garden View is going to be the cheapest places, cheapest pricing. Lakeview escalates. 400,000 for a studio, 688 for a one bedroom, 855 and up for a two bedroom. Woof for Lakeview. Oh my God. Comparables or a hotel and residence. Oh, Four Seasons. Wow. $5 million. 35. Kempinski Residences, Miami, 5.5. Oh my God. Wow. JW Marriott at 2.9 million. Is this for real? Of course, now 860,000 looks pretty damn cheap for a two-bedroom lock-off. I mean, what the hell's going on? The average price per square foot, they're under $650. Downtown Tampa. Why don't we talk about, well, Four Seasons is a whole different ballgame. All right. All right. I see what they're doing. They're doing the square foot thing like they should. A conservative yet strong estimate, 76% occupancy. Yeah, but man, this is insane. Advantages, differences, entertainment element, water park, lazy river, characters. Okay, back to global media company, back by global. Prime location of 6. I don't know if that's prime location, but I guess Paramount plus Lion Star. Wow. Nickelodeon, #1 Paramount channel on YouTube, #1 kids network, most viewed kid. Like Victor Morrell said, once you have the kids, you got the parents. But I don't understand. This is a pool, a lazy river, some characters. I don't know. Is this all? This isn't all inclusive though. All right. So we have renderings. I'm just going to go through this real quick. They're just showing Aqua. Okay. They only have like 3 things in some restaurants. I'm not finding this like overly, but then again, there's some other things within that complex. The second hotel is there. And now we're talking, this joins the upscale luxury family. Here you go. #1, best state for higher education. Right, higher education. Okay, very pro-business, obviously. No state income tax. Yeah. Keeping it an LLC or individually. Yeah, no state income tax. What else do they have on here? Best state for business. Best business tax climate, most visited city in America. Yeah, the only downfall though is your HOA fees because of the insurance. Here it is, 200,000 people in one day. 75 million. There we go. That's what I saw. It was 200,000 per day. I was like 20,000, 200 million. I couldn't remember. That's where it was. Orlando sees around 75 million people annually that we already talked about. They set a new single day record this year. They set a new single day record. Orlando International Airport hosted over 200,000 travelers, setting a new milestone in its history. Damn. 200,000 in a day is serious. All right. So depending on the size of this brochure, I will have one. Let me see. 11.2. Okay. After this live stream, I will have a link because I can't do it right now. But after this live stream, I'll put a link down below in the description box. If anybody's interested in this, I am not a broker in Florida. So you're going to have to contact somebody in Florida about buying this if you're interested. Access to exclusive suites with member-only discounts, Keys to the World. So it's like a vacation club, which is obvious. They have other locations. I like this. Exclusive Travelers Club. I knew this was going to come into play. Very smart. This is almost like all inclusive then. Maybe. Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Mexico, Margaritaville, Island Reserve. Wait, Margaritaville's on here? So Margaritaville is in the Keys to the World by Charisma? Yes, they are, because Charisma is partners with Margaritaville. Very nice. Very nice. Well, there you go, Victor Marrero. Right next door, you reap the rewards. You have a 2-bedroom cottage. Wow. 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 Victor, you can find out on the website under Nick Hotels and Resorts. Thank you so much for that, Vanessa Comagate. Wow, these numbers are good. Actually, now that we know what's going on with them, I did not realize they were part of the Charisma Hotels. That's Margaritaville. That means these are going to be quality build. They know what they're doing. They have them in the vacation club. That means they're going to have the 75% occupancy and 90% occupancy. They actually are in the groove. They're on the same team. I love it. Now, back to the price, though. Sheesh. That 2-bedroom that can sleep 12, that 2-bedroom lock off, I have to say, that's the damn unit right there. That's the damn unit. I mean, it's 845,000, 850, 860. But you can sleep up to 12 in that unit, apparently. It's a lock off. So the reality of the situation is you're buying a studio and a 1-bedroom at the same time, along with being able to combine it to a 2-bedroom. And believe me, if you have a lock-off situation, you're going to love it. Because whenever you're able to do a studio, a 1-bedroom, or a 2-bedroom, you get more rental nights. The occupancy rate for that unit is probably going to be higher than a studio or a 1. Well, I'll put it this way. It'll be higher combined because you're going to be renting the studio by itself. You'll be renting the 1-bedroom by itself. You'll be renting the 2-bedroom together. All price points you're going to love. Reason why I say this is because a studio unit, I'm assuming, is going to cost $400 a night. So if you get an average 7 nights, which I don't know in Orlando what the average rate is, it's 7 nights, it probably is. But that's $1,400, $700, okay, a week. And let's just say you get the 76 to 80% occupancy. So you're going to get a little over $2,000 per month on a studio. If the studio is generating money, if the 2-bedroom is generating money, that's a whole nother ballgame. Because not only, I'll start with the studio, not only are you getting $2,000 for the month, but the 1-bedroom side, what if that was rented for 15 nights? And that's, let's just say $500 a night, and let's just keep it around the same, $200 a week. 2 weeks is $1,400. You are now into the $3,400, $3,500 range, maybe even the $4,000 range if you rent a couple of nights of 2-bedroom for 4 or 5 or 7 nights. Now you're definitely going to be in the $5,000 or $6,000 range. Does that still get us our money back from the 800s? I don't know, but I do know this: a 12 sleeper is an unknown quantity. That's like a 3-bedroom at Westgate. They don't charge $1,000, but Westgate is not Margaritaville, and they're not Charisma Hotel, because then they'd probably be able to get over $1,000 per night. Big difference. All right, we'll see. I just got here and does, hey, company trade on any of the exchanges. Michael Anthony, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. All right, which company are you talking about here? I got which companies? Are you talking about the Margaritaville or Charisma, Nickelodeon? Well, I mean, yes, they do trade. Always stock markets, man. Always. Stocks, they're affiliated with some company in Nickelodeon stock or whoever the main company is. I don't know. So we'll go. Let me go pull this up. Oh, here it is. What am I doing? We were just on this. Let me go look. Okay. Interval. Oh, see, their vacation club goes with Interval International. That means you can exchange. So that means, okay, they got other stuff going on, which is what I was going to employ in the DR. Keys to the World is a vacation club where people spend like 70, 80, or $100,000. And then they can go to these other locations and they have a travel club, just like all the all-inclusive spots do. Very interesting. So let me know. You're talking about Nickelodeon. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, really. I'm going to go look it up. Nickelodeon TV, the stocks. Let's see if they actually have individual stocks. I don't know. It's got to be one of the parent companies, like Paramount. Paramount. That would be a good thing. Let's go look. Let's go see. PARA. Yep, they're on NASDAQ. PARA is Paramount. They're on NASDAQ. So there you go. Good question. What's the situation, though? How much do these shares cost? I mean, like, actually, if they're in on this, that vacation club is worth who knows how much. It's all the paper. People are buying in. It's $10.45. But Paramount Global is media streaming entertainment company, 3 segments: CBS, MTV, Comedy Central, Smithsonian. It doesn't say anything really about the real estate division, but it might fall underneath some of this. But $10.45, whatever, is what it's trading for. And overnight, $10.45. Last number. So we'll see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we can do it up in here. All right. Victor Morrell says you can consider a balloon loan for this. That's what I would do. Hey, Victor Morrell, can you do a balloon? So do standard lending for these, right? Standard lending. Yes. Well, there you go. PARA, but I don't know if that has this division. It might. I'm going to inquire about retail space. Wise move, Vanessa Comagate. Very smart move. I think Para will trade the 995 lows and then bounce. Michael Anthony, actually, Paramount's trying to sell BET, which they're trying to get a few billion for it. So that would, in theory, it's either a drag in some people's minds, or in theory that infuses them with cash. So I think that's a positive event no matter how you slice it, because that's a unit that they weren't really wanting to pay attention to. So once they get rid of that and get billions in cash, then that just frees them up to, hey, do what every other multi-company does. More assets, such as make more Charisma hotels, which is incredible. So Victor Morrell, you got family right next door. That means you guys are all in the same boat, which now means your cottage is worth a hell of a lot more, other than that 2-bedroom lock off 12 sleeper. But you're in good company. That means the rents are going to be too damn high. You know that for a fact. Yeah. I don't disagree with you. But the media companies, yep, exactly. But no, Michael Anthony, that is time sharing. The vacation clubs that these guys do, it is like time sharing, but it's different. It's upscale. If you go stay at any all inclusive location, they have a vacation club, as they call it. And so what they do is, well, I don't know about these guys, but if you went to, let's say, Taffer in Los Cabos, San Jose del Cabo, or Dreams, you go there and then they'll give you a vacation club. They'll tell you, give us $8,000 down. We want 80,000 to 100,000, depending on what unit, usually studio hotel unit. And then you got to pay like 2,000 a year or something like that. And then, oh, by the way, you can go stay at our other property for an additional fee, kind of thing. But they call it a vacation club. And then they'll do things like, well, you can reserve your week and then go use Interval, which is the timeshare thing, trade to another location around the world. But these guys have their own locations, which changes the whole ball game, because now they're saying we have our Margaritaville brand, we have our Nickelodeon brand, we have our Kempinski brand. I think that's how you pronounce it. That all comes into play. And if they start doing what they should be doing, the vacation club allows you to go stay at the other ones like an all-inclusive resorts do, that changes everything. That changes the whole ball game, because they aren't really caring about their hotel units at this point, or people even buying the condos, because they're making all it takes is 20 people to give them $80,000 to $140,000, depending on what travel pack they want, and they got over $2 to $3 million. You know how many people go to go to these spots? Margaritaville. You know how many people go to Margaritaville annually just in Orlando? Never mind if we start talking about other locations, like when they were in Cabo, or there are other. Let me go look and see where their other spots are. If I don't have it up. So anyhow, this is great. I love it. The prices, I'm not, you know, 300 and something for the studio I was expecting. The what was that? 4 something? No, it was 6 something for the hold on, let me go double check this. What was that? The pricing, I forgot. 390. I knew it was going to be in the 300s. That's not unexpected. That's reasonable. But this 688 for the one bedroom, the 700,000 for the one bedroom, 724, that. But here's the thing, this is first phase. That's Lakeview first phase. Imagine what's going to happen when the next project comes. The prices, that upscale luxury, which I don't have. She probably has it. I don't have the upscale luxury one. That other hotel condo thing must be more than this, because they're calling it upscale luxury. That means it's going to be more. So hopefully I'll be able to get that other brochure, if there is one. But yeah, I'm expecting upscale luxury to cost more. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Eric, yes, it's great. They're building a Nickelodeon project next to me. That's the good news. The bad news is that property taxes will increase a great deal. I know. Well, will it? No. Well, actually, it may depend. I don't know how old you are. Don't forget. Oh, wait, you can't use that as a primary, so you can't. No, you won't. You won't be able to do that. What about the age? What about, you can? Let me think. In Florida, can we do that? Okay, first of all, there is an age thing to pay less taxes in Florida, because you don't have children going to school. And there's, I don't know if it was 60 or 61, 62. I don't know. But there is an age exemption in Florida to reduce your taxes. Oh, by the way, everybody. So there's some things you can possibly get, but you're right. It's going up, man. And they're not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. Not if we start talking about $500,000-$600,000. It's damn near going to be double. And that's not going to be pretty the way Florida's increasing their property taxes these days. And especially with that nonsense that DeSantis did when he was messing with Disney and making them give up their exempt status, which I don't know what the end result was. But if that situation is in effect, that means people in Orlando, I don't know if it's this part of the city, but they now have a huge tax bill because they're paying what Disney has been paying for the citizens there this whole time. So if that's a situation, then yeah, man, it's going to be out of control. You could be paying $6,000-$7,000 a year for taxes on that property. You might be paying, I don't know what you'd be paying right now. Well, I know it's already got to be 3 or 4. It's got to be 3 or 4. Absolutely, it's priced higher. I know it is. Upscale luxury is always priced higher. That's for a whole new person. But Victor Morel, can you get a balloon? Wait. You don't want a balloon. Okay, let's say you can get a balloon for 5 years. But the question is, will they give you a loan? Well, I guess they will because they're going to count on this commercial if it's a condo hotel. So therefore, yeah, you've already put down 25 or 30% or 40. So yeah, they're going to finance it. So that shouldn't even be an issue. You're right. I don't see a problem there. But in America, no problem. I can see where they'll finance that. But yeah, you can rest assured your taxes are skyrocketing. I don't know how much they're going to value your 1-bedroom cottage. I'm thinking it's going to be worth more than $600,000. And if they're doing what they've done to the residential, which I'm pretty sure it's all going to be the same, I think you're going to be at the $7,000 to $10,000 annual tax bill after this next door neighbor gets built. I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be crazy. And especially, she's already said she has the price for the other one. It's higher. We know it because they counted it. They said next door, upscale luxury hotel. So you know the prices are going to be some million for some of this stuff. This is crazy. In Orlando, of all places. In Orlando, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's traditionally Florida, but now Florida is getting to be big time all over. This is crazy to me. I would have never thought the day I would see condos in Orlando for over $1 million. I mean, I didn't think I'd be alive to see it. There's so much land around Orlando. It's just absurd. So I never thought this just goes to show you in 3 years, you better be ready. The Financial Freedom Playbook, you guys know what it is. You have to be in on this. I hate to say it, but you have to buy real estate. You have to buy taxes. You have to be in the game. Otherwise, you have no way to compete or no way to catch up. Because everybody who buys into this, you'll be sitting there saying, well, you think they overpaid. You would say that, right? But 5 years from now, when these places are going to be 50% more to 100% more and up for resale, you're going to be like, I didn't see that coming. A studio for $1 million, a studio for 780 or 800,000. You're going to say, I didn't see that coming. But the difference is all these people now have options to do something else. That's the beauty of it. Because in America, we have the luxury of banks giving you loan to value. So this is why you have to be in the game, especially when we have a situation where prices increase in 3 to 5 years. You don't have to wait long. So I'll give you a perfect example. We buy a studio for $391. It's not out of the question that it wouldn't be worth $791 or $740 or $700 based on an 80% occupancy and somebody getting like $50,000 or $60,000 a year. It's not out of the question. Somebody's going to say, hell yeah, I'll take a cap rate of 3 or 4 or 5. I'll buy that for $750,000. You're damn right. I'll take a 5 or 4% cap rate like we do in California. No, let's do it. Somebody will do it. But here's the thing. Why do it? Why sell? You wouldn't have to. All you're going to do is just, where can I re-up? Where's the next project at? I want in. So all you're going to do is just say, I'll refinance, take out 200 or 300. Here's my down payment on the next property, the next project Nickelodeon's doing, or the next project the Kopinski's doing, or the next Margaritaville project. I got my $250,000 down payment for that $800,000 2-bedroom unit. And now I have revenue from my first property to help me pay for that property. That's what's going to happen. That's why you're going to get left behind. So how can people afford it? I just explained to you how people can afford to do this, because there's some people already ahead of you. Like Victor Morrell, for instance, is ahead of you. So if his plan, he has a different plan, but if his plan 4 to 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7, was to get another property, he could, even if his plan is to get another property now, he could do it. You know why? Because he can go to the bank and find out how much his thing is appraised for. I'd be willing to bet you it's appraised for $1 million easily. This man can go in there and say, hey, you know what? Here's how much money we make annually, $70,000 a year, $6,000 a month. I want to buy this place over here that they're going to have built in a couple years. Can I get 400 grand? They're going to say, yeah, you can refi for 400. Victor says, well, damn, okay, that adds another $400 per month to my bill right now. Can we absorb this from what we're making? The answer is probably going to be yes. So now he goes and buys a freaking 1-bedroom unit, for instance, the 400,000. I mean, studio, sorry. And in 2 years, not only does he have a studio that's sitting there worth 700,000, now he's sitting there with a cottage that's worth 1.5. And he has money from both locations making money. That sounds like a win-win, doesn't it? Money making Monday. This is what the big boys do. You're in the big boys. You're hanging with the big boys right now. He has advantages that other people don't have. He can actually tag in just by not even having to do anything other than, hey, I want to refi this right now. Can I get 400,000? They'll be like, hell yeah, we'll give you a loan. Hell yeah. It's well below you're not even asking for 100% refi. Hell yeah, we'll give you that. And you have the revenue and the numbers for the last 2, 3, 4 years showing how much you make. Clearly you can cover it. Why not? That's the advantages when you buy real estate early. If you buy and people right now are sitting there thinking there's no way prices can be double in 5 years. Trust me, they will. They will. Okay? Interest rates are coming down. That means people can actually go there when they get down to 3.5. Just think about this. All right? 3.5. $350 for every $100,000. So some of you may be going, okay, $350 times 6. $350 times 8. Some of you would be like, that's $3,000 a month, Eric. I say exactly. Some people would say, oh, hell yeah. How much is the HOAs? $300 a month. They go, okay, that's $3,700. Some people would go, okay, how much are the property taxes and all the rest? They say, oh, that's going to be $700 per month. Somebody says $4,500, and I get this 2-bedroom unit, sleeps 12. Where do I sign? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And that's why I have the smart credit down below. So your credit score can be at 750 to 800. So that way you can get the best terms if you decide to get in on this journey. Now, everything is a risk, right? But All I'm saying is real estate is going up no matter what, and there's only a certain amount of people that can afford it. But here's the thing about Margaritaville and Nickelodeon and all that, and all the rest of these all-inclusive places that have these vacation clubs, the people that buy are the ones that can rebuy. I just gave you an example. Victor Morero, if he wanted to buy over here at this spot, he could. All he has to do is go refi. He doesn't have to come out of pocket anything. In fact, he can refi, get money he can actually refi for more and say, instead of giving you $400,000, how about, since it's 0% in pre-construction, how about I give you $200,000? And how about I put the other $200,000 in my stock portfolio, a dividend investment? And now I'm making another few $1,000s per month on that. And some people would be like, what's he saying? A few thousand? Because he did 10% on 200,000 is 20 grand. Even that alone, if you did 10%, that alone gets you over 1,000, 1,500 a month. I mean, this is crazy. So he has an advantage, just like all the people who planned early and have assets. So this is why I say Money Making Mondays. This is what you guys got to think about. All right. So we're going to see you later, but here we go. Victor Morero, 3K, 4K taxes. Are you kidding me? I knew you were paying 7K, man. I knew it wasn't 3K. I'm paying 7K per year. Remember, it's also CDD, not just property tax. I called the tax officers. Once I told them the address, they knew it was Margaritaville. Of course they do. But once you get it, Misk is the brand. They are luxury. They have projects in Dubai. Exactly. It's going to be pricey. They're pricey as hell. Signing off for now. Talk to you later, SSN fam. Thank you so much for being here. Seamless genius, Vanessa Comagate, and getting us this information tonight. So now people know and have a target that they can go for. I mean, I'm not even mad at any of these prices because they know how much they're charging at Margaritaville. That's the other thing. The new Margaritaville cottages, if they have them, I don't even think they have them. Well, no, they do have another section. I never found out how much, but they are over $1 million. So this 2-bedroom unit, 845, I think it's a hell of a deal. Actually, all these are a deal. It doesn't appear to be, but come see us 2 years from now, and that 391 unit is going to be like 650 to 700,000, and you're going to be like, damn, I didn't see that coming. That's all you're going to say. And I'm just going to sit there and be like, we tried to tell you. So whether you want to get in on this, you got to go with upscale luxury brands. And even though Nickelodeon's for kids, Victor Morero hit it on the head. Kids want to go. Parents are coming. They're going to spend the money. Then when you make it into a vacation club and they say, hey, parent, you know, if you go somewhere by yourself and leave the kids for a week, you might want to stay at Margaritaville. They're branded together, which I did not know. That gives their very powerful situation. They've done something that's very smart. They have the kids version. They have the adult, pseudo-adult kids stuff version, upscale, luxury as well in a different building. So all of this comes into play. And this is what I keep telling everybody. They're doing exactly what you should be doing from an investor standpoint. When people say, why do I say in Dominican Republic why certain locations work better than others? It's because exactly what they're doing with their properties next door to each other and their vacation travel clubs with their charisma hotels. They're implementing the thing that everybody would want. I want something that brings kids. I want something that brings kids because now when the adults are in the room and we get them by ourselves because we told them kids, you know, that little kids playground or the kids play is going on outside and it's going to be for an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to have them lunch and food and drinks. Why don't you come in here and talk to us about this family vacations that you guys want to go on? You just don't want to stay over here at Nickelodeon every time. Sometimes you want to go by yourself and maybe take your friends with you. Well, you might want to check out our upscale luxury condos or how about our Margaritaville property that has some villas or townhomes? Maybe you might want to do that and bring your children with you occasionally to that as well. Why wouldn't you come over here and join us on that? And then they're thinking, you know what? That sounds all right. Yeah. How much did you say that travel vacation club was? 120? Would you say I needed 8Gs down? Yeah, you can charge on your, in fact, we have our own credit card company for you. As long as you qualify, you can put 8,000 down. You can get your travel miles right now, round trip tickets anywhere in the world for X amount of points, mileage points. So you get that. We'll throw in some other stuff too. So you can stay over here for 3 nights, 4 days down in Cabo. And all we need, and we'll sign you up for $8,000 down payment, and then your monthly payment, $500 a month. How's that sound? I did a short synopsis, but you know, people are like, I love my property. Now I get a vacation club to go around the world. They have this already in place inherently. All they have to do is build more units. That means they have more customers. And what about all the people that cannot buy their condos or their villas? And those people are coming in to stay there, and they're also going in to see these people. Hey, join our vacation club. You want to stay in places like this around the world and take your family there all the time, just like a timeshare, right? Of course people do. And who really wants to stay at the same place time and time and time and time again? Let's get real. You want to go on a new adventure occasionally, even if it is in the same city. So this is the advantage they have. I'm loving it, quite frankly. I want to know where their stock is for this part of the program, because this right here is a moneymaker for life. They have this set up beautifully. We have upscale. We have middle of the road. We have Nickelodeon. We have Margaritaville. We still are staying on a tier that everybody understands, and the branding for Nickelodeon is there. I love this. I didn't even know this was a thing because, again, I've never dealt with any Margaritaville, none of these properties. They're not formally timeshares. So that's why I've never really been involved. But this is fun to watch the damage that they're doing. And the money they're making investors is off the charts. All right. I want to say another thing about this. What they're doing is in the Dominican Republic is what Noval does. See, people don't understand how Noval sells out their units so fast. It's because they have been in business so long that they get to do the same thing. So what's happening is you can bet your last dollar that people invest in Margaritaville, Nickelodeon, their brand of properties every few years. Why do I say that? Because of the example I gave you. If I buy something 5 years ago and I bought it for $300,000 and 5 years later it's worth $800,000, they come out with a new property, you best believe I want in, because now I know my property is generating just like I described before, and I know I can just borrow money to invest in this new property. No money out of pocket, because I'm going to use the profits that I'm earning from my present property to pay for it. So I win more than once, more than twice, because when that property comes online, I have revenue coming from 2 properties, and now I have both properties increase in value. Am I going to borrow against it? Probably not. But at the same time, when they say, hey, Eric, we have another property over here, you can get yourself a studio unit for $400,000. I'm just going to look at the numbers. Hey, how much does $400,000 cost if I put down $100,000? And then what's my monthly payments for 2 or 3 years? And if they say something low and the numbers make sense, you're going to be like, let's do it. Because you're not having to pull money out of your pocket. So that's how they keep buying and keep building and keep making more and more money. That's what you should be doing. That's how we do it. All right. So hopefully that helps everybody out here, why they can actually sell these properties at these prices. So don't think, and this should be a lesson for everybody, even though we're not really talking about Dominican Republic where you can buy low valued property, but you should understand if you're going to do something, you need to know the visitor count. You need to know where it is, the property is and what is kind of surrounding you and what makes your property special. If you come away with your property is nothing special, then that means you might have low occupancy. You always want to be in a location that you can figure it should be high occupancy. And why would it be? And then you have to start going down the line saying, okay, do I want that lake view or not? Lake view is going to pay more. You should want lake view if you can get it and it meets your budget. If you say, okay, I want upscale luxury, forget the lake view, but I want upscale luxury. Upscale luxury still has a brand in itself. I keep telling everybody, upscale luxury outpaces everything. Here's what's I'll give you a perfect example. The Lakeview condo unit at Nickelodeon, let's call it a 2-bedroom, $845,000. Okay? I'll be willing to bet you if I saw the prices for the upscale luxury condo that has parking lot view, I'd be willing to bet you it has about the same price. I'd be willing to bet you. So we'll find out. But I'm telling you, upscale luxury beats ordinary. So you have to keep those things in your head. That's why the upscale luxury appreciates faster. That's why Victor Morel's cottage, he doesn't know the value unless he gets an appraisal, but I can guess because I know the revenues. And like he said, give me 1.5, I'll leave. That's about what it's worth. Knowing what his numbers is. Because people are like, okay, I'll take cap rate of 5. I'll take profits of 5%. Well, if you're going to take profits of 5%, 1.5, yeah, it's 1.5 because you're going to get $70,000 a year profit, roughly. Right? That makes sense. That's all I'm saying. The numbers don't lie. That's how you figure out the numbers. That's why investors who do this for a living, you know what automatically what's coming. You know where you have to go with the numbers in order for it to make sense to you. If you say I want a cap rate of 5, then you're going to pay 1.5. If you said something crazy, oh, I just care about a cap, that would be insane. To recap, what? Okay, you're going to give me $2 million? It was excellent conversation. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, on Wednesday night, only members with the icon that you saw are going to be in the chat room on Wednesday. Everybody can watch. But on Wednesday night, it's called the Wealthy Wednesday Night Live Stream for a reason. We'll be delving more into this real estate. I'll be hopefully talking about Arborella Villas in Vista Cana, which makes this very interesting. We're talking about $391,000 for a studio at Nickelodeon versus an unknown Vista Cana upscale. I won't call it luxury. I'll just call it a little upscale community. And you're going to have a villa that's 2,000 square feet for $288,000 with your no furniture included, but you will have your appliances and your kitchen appliances furnished. And it's inside Vista Cana, which has amenities. So makes it very interesting from an investment perspective what you should do. That's going to be built in 2 years. 10% down, 30% during construction, 60% on delivery. Very simple. You don't have an established price point other than I did do some search. I went on Airbnb. I looked up 10 units. 10 sleepers can sleep 10 inside Vista Cana. You know what I found? $350 and up is what people are charging inside Vista Cana for a 4-bedroom or 3-bedroom unit villa that can sleep 10 people or more. That means it fits my 0.1% criteria. with a 25% management fee, that means we're going to be making 10%. Well, the sky's the limit, 10% and up, depending on occupancy rate. And unfortunately, because the whole complex is pre-construction, and I'm not guessing occupancy rate's going to be 70%. Because if it was, this would blow things off the charts. Because 70% of 365, I think, is like, isn't that like 219, 220 days? So if you can get 220 days times 350, I'll just do the numbers right now. I can just tell you. And then I'm going to use a 50% expense ratio regardless. But in fact, why don't I just do the whole thing? 365 times 0.7, 255 nights. And if we have an average rate of 350, that's $89,000 a year. We make 50% of 89,000, 45,000. Hell, at 288, we're good. We're golden. 40,000, even if we said 30,000, you're still golden because you're still going to make over 10%. And it's only going to get higher when they add the equestrian center, when they add the sports complex, when they add the second man-made beach, when they add another restaurant, bar, and all that, another fitness area, when they have the golf course, which they already have the 9-hole executive golf course, when they add more things, the shopping center at the front of the complex, some commercial zone, hopefully they still end up making their commercial island that has restaurants, shops, mini mart on there. That'd be sweet. But when they add more stuff, all of a sudden, but what you guys don't know, I'm making a video about Arborella Villas tomorrow, just so you guys understand. All right, I'm making the video tomorrow. These units are in a place called Paseo del Sendero. You have to understand, there are villas there that are priced at 400 grand, 500 grand in Paseo del Sendero. There's even some that people don't even know about called Numida, 700,000 to over $1 million. But the road hasn't come out to it yet, so they can't build back there yet. It's still like forest. That's why Arbella didn't build in 2020, because Vista Cana didn't build the road out there until like a month ago. So thank God it got delayed, because somebody here could have a 2,000 square foot, 2-level villa for $288,000, a little over $125. What is that? 130? $140 per square foot. $1,400 per square meter. You know, a lot of these properties are already at $2,000, $2,500 per square meter, especially the Oasis del Lago. There's also a 2,500 square foot property that is selling for over $400,000 right now. So that just gives you an idea how great of a deal this is. And it's in neighborhood in this section. I'll have to explain it. Don't miss the video. Paseo del Sendero, first of all, has its own gates. So you come inside Vista Cana, which is gated. There's properties, condos, and other properties that's gated, like Oasis del Lago is gated. But here's the thing. Paseo del Sendero is gated. Community. So it has like its little park. A park is a park. It's fine. But it has its own community, gated, inside of gated. And if people know how that works, go look up in locations that have gates, and it's considered upscale, and then the gates inside the upscale gates. That matters. The values go up. We all know values go up inside gated communities, especially when it's planned gated communities for upscale. And that's basically where you're going to have your profits coming in at. All right, we'll talk about that. That's where I am a broker. So therefore, make sure you sign up. Go down below to our boxes. And if you want to become join us on our WhatsApp group, and you have any other further questions and chat with other people in the SSN Nation, hey, I'm putting it here in the chat room, here and on Instagram. You guys can see it, and Twitch. You guys can see it. All right. There's the links. Andrew Moran. I see you guys on Instagram. Michelle De La Cruz. Doggone it. I blew it. I can't never undo this. Oh, well. I can never undo what I just undid. Can I? No. Oh, well. The guys on Instagram can't get it. And Mrs. De La Cruz, who's also on the hunt for being emerging millionaire, the De La Cruz family. They've bought 4 or 5 condos inside, I think 4 or 5, maybe 3. But one of the units is worth 400, 500,000, depending on who the appraiser is. All right. So if they got 2 more units, which I think they do, that means they're approaching $1 million worth of assets in the Dominican Republic. So congratulations. I see you. All right. Now, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you join us on Wednesday night. Make sure you become a member of the channel if you want to be in the chat room on Wednesday nights, because only members can be in the chat room. On Friday night at 9:10 p.m., we'll be back to where everybody can be in the chat room. Everybody can hit us up. Everybody can join our WhatsApp group. And again, I have to approve you, but make sure you go down to the bottom of the description box. Sign up for our social media platforms, Instagrams, what else do we have? Facebook groups, the Telegram groups, whatever. Sign up, show some love, share with other people, because this is one of the messages. Most people will tell you some information, but will they actually go over it without charging you? Come to our special group where you pay extra. If you want to discuss anything, we'll go over it live. So we'll walk through it. We'll show it on screen. We don't charge. Unless you want to become a member of the channel, fine. If you want to join us December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the Dominican Republic for our SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, then you go over to ssnlifestyle.com and sign up. But that's it. Otherwise, we are free to answer questions here. We have investors, we have business owners, we have people that have very valuable information that they're willingly going to give you. And I'm willingly here to go over it and take time to go over it. Because even if one person is trying to find something and build a future for themselves financially and for their family, it works for me. Rising tide lifts all boats, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have to always look out for, right? It's not me against you. There's no competition. We want everybody to win. And how can everybody win? If everybody has knowledge and information and knows the ways that they can do something. Because the old school way of keeping knowledge only in the hands of a few, that creates the bubble that we're in, because they change the terminology, right? So when I say I want 5% profit, and everybody understands that if I make an investment, I want 5% profit. And so if I say it costs me $100,000 and we make $5,000 a year profit, that would be 5%. But so then what do the bankers do? Well, because everybody understands you can invest and you understand the word profit, what do? They go, they start changing. They say, we want a cap rate, a 5 cap rate. And so you're thinking, wait, what do they know that I don't know? What the hell? He's saying cap rate. What is that? Well, see, they just said 5% profit, but they changed the wording to say cap rate, so it makes them sound smarter. So you're thinking they're on some other level when in fact you're on the same level. They always change the wording, like these DRCR loans all of a sudden. It's like, okay, that's nice. We make money. We check out how much our profit makes, how much profit we make. You're going to give me a different loan package called DRCR now. But they changed the wording, so you're thinking they know more than you, but they don't. That's why we are here. Stop struggling now, to make sure you guys understand. You know what you're looking for. Whatever word they want to use in exchange for that, you don't give a damn. All you want to know is, do I make 5% profit? We don't want 5% profit. Otherwise, we just go to the stock market to buy a freaking bond. What we want is 10% or more. So our cap rate has to be 10%. Our cap rate has to be 15%. We don't want single digits. We don't want profit single digits, and we don't want cap rate single digits. Just because the big boys going by 3%, 4% cap rates, 3 or 4% profits, don't mean you should. You don't want to know why you shouldn't? Because they're not in the same game as you. If I can go to the banks and say, give me a 1% interest rate for 10 years, they're going, hell yeah, we'll take that 2% on $20 million. Hell yeah, we'll take that 2% annually on $20 million, $400,000 a year. Hell yeah. But you wouldn't be doing that. You're not going to sit there and go, yeah, give me this thing for $200,000 and I only want to make $4,000 a year. You're not going to do that. You're not going to settle for that. You're going to be like, why would I do anything crazy like this? Because anything I get a loan on is going to cost me way more than $4,000 a year on $200,000. That's the problem. So you can't do it. So again, don't go by what somebody else is out here doing. Go by what you can do in your situation. And that's why we don't charge courses here. Just because somebody else can do something and I can sell a course doesn't mean you can do what I can do, because I have more knowledge than you and I have more people that I can contact than you. We're not the same. I can give you the information, but you're not going to be able to interact even with the same people that I can send you to unless I co-sign for you. But even then, some of these people I may not like as much as others. But the point is, you're going to interact with them differently based on your needs. I'm interacting based on my needs. Two different things. So that's why you have a high failure rate when people sell you courses, because you don't have the same contact. You don't have the same banking info. You don't have the same loan info packages and everything like that, so that you can't do what they do. But I can teach you. That's what they'll say. They can teach you, but this problem still comes up. You don't, like, I see all these gurus for real estate. They have 30, 40, 20 properties or transactions that they have done. They expect you, who's never probably done anything other than buy a home, go out here and say, hey, you can do this too. Well, the only way you can do this too is if you have a way to get funding. If you can't get funding for multiple properties, then it's a wrap. So how are you going to get funding for multiple properties if all you have is a W-2 job? You're going to have to do some creative financing, right? Discount lots, for instance, .com, where you can buy a lot for a city lot or acreage with no qualifying, make monthly payments. You can finagle, and I shouldn't use the word finagle. You can invest in the lot. Then based on the value of the lot, if you're lucky enough and smart enough to find a lot, let's just say you found a lot that's worth $200,000. And let's say somebody at Discount Lots is selling that lot for 30 grand, and you can make payments on it over 5 years. You've put yourself in a position where you can call Brad Easy Loan Evans in Cali. This has to be in Cali, let's say. In Cali, and say, hey man, I have this property. It appraises at $200,000. I owe $30,000. You have $170,000 equity in that property. You now can get yourself a construction loan. Credit? Nope, not needed. But see, nobody knows this. You wouldn't know it unless I told you Brad Easy Loan Evans. You can Google Brad Easy Loan Evans. All right. So he does these type of loans that I just said for this. But you wouldn't know that unless I told you like now. But now you have to go find the property that's going to fit, so then you can get that construction loan. No qualifying. Right? So again, You have to know certain things, and it's not easy for everybody to duplicate, even though I know what I can do. Doesn't mean you can do it. So anyhow, just want to say that. We're going to wrap it up because it's Labor Night. Make sure you guys get to work on time. All those who do not have to go to work on time and who do not have to set their alarm clock, congratulations. You're in the Wealth Club. You're in the Mr. Worldwide Tour Club. That's what we want here. Emerging millionaires. We want you in the house. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. Like I said it earlier in this live stream, I used to work for other people. All right, I used to. Somebody asked just last week. That's why I keep bringing this up. Somebody asked last week, when's the last time you got a W-2? I'm proudly saying it right now because I didn't realize it was 30 years ago at least. It's either 30 or 31 years ago when I got my last W-2 from somebody else. Because remember, when you own your own businesses, sometimes you have your own W-2 because you're an employee of your company, right? But from somebody else's stuff where I actually had to take orders from somebody and set an alarm clock, it's over 30 years ago. I just don't know if it's 30 or 31. I have to go look at some documents, but I don't remember. All I know is it was 94 is when it had to be around 94 or 93. That's all I know. So either it's 30 years or 31, but either way, we'll call it 30. That's it. Last time W-2. All right. That's a long time ago. That's almost 2 lifetimes ago. In fact, it is 2 lifetimes ago because I didn't marry my wife until 2003, which is another lifetime because that's 20 years already. So that was a previous lifetime. And so I have another lifetime to go. All right. So we still got another lifetime to go, right? We got retirement to deal with. We're already Mr. Worldwide, but we'll go some more Mr. Worldwide here shortly. All right. I got 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. You got less than 3 years. You got 2 years, 11 months to get your emerging millionaire game up. All right. T-shirts, new website coming out at Stop Struggling Now. New website coming out next week. New website. It's going to almost be similar to SSN Lifestyle because I'm going to use SSN Lifestyle. It'll be our branding. And yes, I'm working on our own. It's not really ours. I'm working on it because I've been doing vacation stuff for a long time. I'm working on my vacation club that we originally were going to have. I know things that I want to set up based on what I want to do. I don't want restrictions. I don't want things that vacation clubs do. So I'm doing something totally different because I always like to compete with the big boys, but on a little bit different scale. So what I do is I make it friendly for the customers. So that way you don't have situations where people say, oh, well, you're only restricted to this time of year or these few months or this, that, and the other. I'm just setting it up. So, hey, first come, first serve, you pick your week. And we don't even have you. It's open to 20 people for the year has their week or 25. I think it's still going to be 20, but 20 people, that leaves another 32 weeks. The only thing you're going to have to pay extra for is Christmas and New Year's. And well, I shouldn't say that. There's always 4 or 5 holidays, right? July 4th, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and there's President's Week, right? So if you want those weeks, then you got to pay more. Standard issue. If you want to have use of those weeks, you got to pay more. But again, it's going to be restricted. It'll be like only 5 people will be able to have those. You can only buy that package. Everybody will have 1 week of use. It won't be rotating, but at least I'm not doing it like 25 people can reserve the most popular 5 weekends or 5 weeks. We're not going to do that. That's what other companies do. So when people call up and try to reserve stuff, they can't. So I'm just like, nah, you got 5. You 5 can go anytime during the year, plus any of these 5 vacation dates. The other 15 people, no. You can only go the other 47 weeks, but you can't use those 5. So therefore, 15 people has the other 47 possible weeks. That gives you, that doesn't put you into, well, the odds of you running into another person that's going to book the same week as you is slim, because now you have so many other weeks. It's 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 difference. So some people will say, I want to go January somewhere. Some people say, I'll go in February. Some will go in July. Some will go in August. So long as you have those other 30 weeks, that's wide open. 15 people have 47 weeks to use. Well, I shouldn't say that. You have 1 week to use, 15 weeks out of 47. That's it. And then when you add the other 5, it could be 20 people has 52 weeks to use. So you can actually say 20 people could actually book in the 47-week windows, right? But still, you're not going to run into a situation where 3 months is booked up all straight, is what I'm trying to say. All right. So that's one of the first parameters I'm trying to do, which I can do. I'm creating the company, right? So that's one of the things. And it's going to be international, and it'll be condo, hotel type stuff. So you will be checking in. You will be doing the normal stuff you do. So, but it's going to be in cool locations and cool spots. So every now and then it'll be online or through the company. But either way, we have control over what we're doing. We don't have to worry about somebody else. We're going to own properties. Don't have to worry about that. So I'm setting that up, but the new website's coming out next week. SSN Lifestyle, go over there, sign up, go look at Atlanta. There's some pre-construction property stuff on ssnlifestyle.com right now. The best property for the value in DR, if you start talking about condo hotels, is probably going to be Oasis Lake, because that's in downtown Punta Cana. They already have a Caribbean Lake Park, which is already in existence. The condos are going to be on their lake. Everybody who owns there and their guests, if they rent to their guests, which they have to because it's a condo hotel, they get 1 day. Every day they stay there, you get a use of the attractions. And they have several. They have the water ski. They have the tube puller, as I call it. They have the zip lining. They have the rock climbing. They have the Sunday afternoon foam party at the pool. They have and DJs. They have Moroka nightclub, which you can go to every night, actually, that you're there. And it goes by how many people are in your party. So most people have 2 or 4, because they're studio units that can sleep 2 or 4. One has a loft. The other ones can sleep 2 or 4. So now 2 people free. It costs $100 or $150 per person to get into the Caribbean Lake Park. If you're a tenant, if you own there or a guest, you don't have to pay to get in. So that gives it an inherent value of $200 to $300 per couple. So therefore, if somebody says, hey, it's $350 per night for rent, people are going to be like, oh, hell yeah. They're not going to see a problem with that price point, because they know just to go into the park every day is $300, let's say, because they got 18% taxes. It's $300. But you're still going to have to pay to get in the Moroka nightclub. So that's that. The Sunday afternoon party, you still got to pay to go into that, which is only like 10 or 15 bucks. But still, those are extra monies that you don't have to pay for. So these type of things, and the excursion of buggy riding is on site. So you get a discount on the buggies. The buggies, they charge. You can't get away. That's cost too much. So the buggies, excursions cost $100 for the buggy rides, $100, $150. And you got to get up at 7 a.m, go on a bus, go out to some faraway place. No, you just walk over 100 yards and there's the buggy rides. And so you're going to pay a discount. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it's up already, but it could be 75 to 100 bucks, maybe. But you're right here and you got buggy rides. You don't have to go anywhere. You're going to go to the excursions and be gone for 5-6 hours when you could actually use their buggy rides excursion. So all that is an advantage, plus a restaurant, right? Plus a bar, plus some outdoor bars, seating areas, plus the tube pullers, plus concerts. I mean, it's worth, you're going to pay $300. I mean, you can get your value because it would cost somebody $300 just to get in there if they want to use the park. And every day. For you, every day you don't have to use the park. Every day you can use the park, shall I say. Every night, Thursday through Sunday, you can go to Morocco nightclub. Sunday afternoon, you're going to the phone party with the DJs. And I don't know what happens when there's concerts there, but whatever. So with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe over the next few weeks, and make sure, no matter what, you stay cool and calm, because a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, which causes a lot of stress. Money causes a lot of problems. That's the number one thing that gets a divorce, and the number one thing that kills people too. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.